Hello and welcome to another episode of Monday Night Sports, and this is Monday Night World Cup. Yes, we are in 2022, well, the winter of 2022, and the World Cup was supposed to take place in the summer, but because it's in Qatar, for whatever reason, it's now in the winter, because if the players were to play the football matches in the summer in 45-50 degree heat, they'll be dead. So it's been moved to the winter. Anyway, I digress. This is FIFA 98 Road to World Cup 98. And what we're going to do is we are going to do the road to the World Cup. And I am going to do the whole way through from the qualifying round to the first round, basically the group stages, and the knockout rounds to the finals. So I am going to be playing as my home nation, England. I'm going to take England to the World Cup, and I'm going to try and lead them to that beautiful trophy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly show you the team that I have selected. So I tried to recreate the team that actually went to the World Cup back in 1998. But the thing is, there's a few surprising omissions. So I've got David Seaman, of course, Gareth Southgate, who you all know now as the current England head coach, leading the team to the World Cup. Sol Campbell, Tony Adams, Graham Lasso, Steve McManaman, David Beckham, Paul Lynch, David Batty, Alan Shearer, Teddy Sheringham, Gary Neville, Stuart Pearce. Stuart Pearce actually did not go to the World Cup, surprisingly. He did not. So that was quite an interesting omission, but in my fantasy world, due to some interesting players not actually being present in the game or available for selection, Stuart Pearce has made it in. Matt Letizia, Darren Anderton, Tim Flowers, Les Ferdinand, Phil Neville, Paul Scholes, Rob Lee, Nigel Martin, Rio Ferdinand, Michael Owen. Those are the players that are going to the World Cup with me, and I will make my team selection before the first match. I want to, keep a bit of surprise. I'll show you the team selection when I get there. So yeah, this is the team that I am going to be doing it as, and I'm going through the entire campaign. So without further ado, let's get started. Right, so England were drawn in World Cup qualifying round Group 2, and I will be up against Poland, Italy, Georgia and Moldova. England did automatically qualify. I can't remember if they finished first or second in their group, because I don't remember them having to go through a playoff at the time. So, who am I going to face first? My first match is up against Italy, the team that beat England in the Euro 2020/21 European Championship final at Wembley Stadium on penalties. Now, obviously, this is all of the way back in 1996, even though this is the FIFA World Cup 1998. But I'm going to try and do my country proud. Now, let's actually get started with the team selection. So, of course, I'm going to have David Seaman in goal. Gareth Southgate, I am sorry, buddy, but I am going to have to... Can I select? Hold on. Starting lineup, here we go. Still trying to get used to everything, it's been a very long time. Right, so, sorry Gareth, you will not be my starting right back, and that pleasure will go to one Gary Neville. On centre back, Sol Campbell and Tony Adams. Yep, that seems pretty solid to me. At left back, I actually am going to have good old Stuart Pearce at left back. I will not be having Graham Lasso. At right midfield, I am going to have David Beckham. Do I want Steve I'll stick with Steve McManaman. Paul Lynch. I'll keep No, actually, I'm going to swap out Paul Linz for... Where are you? Paul Scholes. That's who I am going to have in the centre of my park alongside Steve McManaman. David Batty is going to stick on the left side of midfield with Alan Shearer and Teddy Sheringham up front. Now I've got plenty of substitutions to make, but I'm going to swap Nigel Martin in for Tim Flowers. Gareth Southgate remains on the bench. Ince can remain on the bench. Letitia, you can be swapped out for one Michael Owen. And the rest seems pretty solid. I am happy with that lineup. Right, we've done enough ticky-tacky talking. Let's get the first match up and running. And welcome to this World Cup qualifier between Italy and England. Both teams coming out of the tunnel here at the San Siro or the Stadio Olimpico. I cannot remember which one this is. I'm assuming it is the San Siro. So, Italy are about to kick us off, and they're going up against the strong England team who are looking to qualify for the World Cup. Italy get us underway, and Italy already straight away, but a good interception there. Neville passes it through over, and it's given it to David Batty, I believe. Batty across, and it's Sheringham. Sheringham's running through, he's taking on that defence. He sees space in the middle. It's Batty. Batty gets the cross in. Shearer. Excellent recovery by Angelo Peruzzi of Italy. Here we go. There's a long kick straight. Gary Neville with the interception. Passes it across. And that is Paul Scholes, I believe. Sheringham once again. He's looking to take them all on. Sheringham off the post, and Teddy Sheringham opens the scoring in the 8th minute. Who would have thought now? 32-year-old man at the time. I'm actually not 100% sure if he was 32 or is 32, should I say. This is in no future. Looking back on the past recording, how meta of me. But Sheringham opens the scoring, and who would have thought he would have been so acrobatic. Italy get us back underway. England 1-0 up against the Italians. Italy knocking out for a throw-in, and it is David Batty to take the throw. Who's he going to throw it to? Looking for options. There it is. He's got himself an option. Strong throw-in, but intercepted by the Italian defence. Oh, what a through pass to Shearer. Shearer's taking it on, but he gets taken down. Shearer could have taken it on by himself. Sol Campbell, short pass across. And it's over towards David Batty. Batty once again. Oh, great, it's crunched out. Luckily, no injury was taken from that brilliant tackle there. Italy on the attack. It's looking to go all the way, but a great interception. Oh, it's got it right. It's going straight forward. Oh. The England defence snuffing it out before Italy could do anything about it. It's now Shearer. Shearer's looking to take them all on. Shearer trying to show off a little bit of technical skills, but he's tried a through pass all the way to Sheringham, which was intercepted. Ball's lofted up the field. Here we go. Italy back on the attack. Sol Campbell. What a tackle there. But Italy have once again regained possession. It's still in the middle of the park. Italy are trying to figure out what to do. 27 minutes of this match gone. Italy needs some kind of prayer or answer right now to this England defence. Shearer with an amazing tackle. Who knew he could be so defensive? But he gets taken out. Here we go. Oh, England trying there. Several passes forward. Sheringham, great interception. Turns it around. He's looking for an option. He's being targeted by two. Oh, Oh, tried to go for a cheeky chip over Angelo Peruzzi there. England still 1-0 up. 35 minutes into this match. It is now a goal kick. Where's he going to go? It's very high and long, straight into the middle of the field. Sol Campbell with the interception. Here comes David Batty. Batty is taking it on. He's taking it all on. Is he going to go all of the way? But he gets taken out. David Batty was never that attacking minded. Here we go. England back on the attack. Here we go. Shot straight at Peruzzi. Standing strong, standing tall. Here we go. Oh, tried for a cheeky interception from the goal kick. Beckham trying to get possession of the ball, but he fails miserably because he also is not that defensive minded. Gary Neville. Gary Neville has fouled the Italian player and a free kick has been given. This could be an opportunity just before half time for Italy to be able to get onto the score sheet. And it's David Seaman with a simple catch out of the air straight towards him. England have been dominating the possession with 58%. David Batty, here we go. Oh, straight. David Batty again has regained it, but that is half time. England currently lead Italy 1-0. And here are some of the stats from that first half. England 1-0, 3 shots, 2 on target, 0 corners, but 1 foul's being committed. At the moment, the game seems to be leaning towards England's advantage with 60% possession, and also currently 50% of the play has been in the middle of the park. 38% was in the Italian third, with only 12 in the England third. And after watching that analysis, David Batty, he needs to kind of like pick up his game a little bit more. But with the second half coming in, I'm sure the England coach will want to be able to actually give him stern words and be like, pick up your fucking shit, you piece of fucking ass. Because England do not want to miss out on this opportunity to go to France for the World Cup. I'm sure the England manager will just be like, you know, hitting them hard with stern instructions on how to keep strong in the defense. Don't let Italy get up there. Don't let them get into that final third to create opportunities. England need to snuff them out. They need to somehow also find a way, like beyond that Italian defense. Costa Curta, Maldini, players like that need to find a way through. Anyway, I'm going to stop babbling. Let's get on with the second half. And here we are for the start of the second half, and it's England to get us underway. And here we go. Sheringham has now passed it over to McManaman. McManaman has given it over to Scholes. Scholes trying for a through pass to Sheringham. Sheringham, can he make it through? He has a shot, and it's Sheringham with a second, straight from the kickoff. Strong start to the second half. England 2-0 up after that strong introduction. Coming in, Sheringham slotting past Peruzzi, taking on the Italian defence all by himself. That was a wonderful way to start the second half, and the Italians have got us back underway. Sheringham straight with the interception, but the arrive pass, here we go. And now it's McManaman. McManaman, Shearer's looking for something, but he couldn't get to it. It's Beckham. Beckham with a signature cross, straight over. Oh, excellent save there. Scholes could have slotted past, but he's taking it back through. Shoots, oh, and it's off the crossbar. Beckham's gone for one himself, but Peruzzi snuffs it out at the near post. And that was a great attacking play from England. They could have gone 3-0 up, but sadly, it was just not meant to be. David Batty with a great tackle there, taking the ball out of play, and it's now the Italian throw. Italy gets back underway. David Batty proving why he's not defensively minded, and David Seaman with an excellent save from the shot there. Seaman to get us back. There we go. He's kicked it out straight to Sheringham. He was unmarked, and now it's McManaman. McManaman's going for it. Is he looking for a cross? Passes it back. Beckham. Great cross. Oh, Scholes was just not aware enough. England with the throw. It is currently 2-0. Where's the throw going to go to? And he's thrown it out to Tony Adams. Tony Adams thought he could be Alan Shearer just for a second. Sol Campbell recovers the ball. Oh, and Campbell's just given it away, but he has recovered it. Excellent tackle there. There's Beckham. Beckham's looking for someone. Beckham was looking for over the top kind of lob there. And now it's Scholes. Scholes through to Shearer. Shearer's going for it solo. Shearer, just before he could shoot, was snuffed out. Gary Neville. Neville over to Scholes. Scholes through to Shearer. Shearer goes from distance. And it's over. Italy with the goal kick here. And there it is. And it is McManaman. Passes it through to Scholes. Scholes looking. Ooh, thought he could take it all on himself. Shearer almost got it through. And Sheringham unable to. But it's now a corner. England making substitutions. Shearer has gone off the pitch. And on comes in his place Michael Owen. He is an exciting young man making his debut for Liverpool. And Paul Scholes has come off, should I say. And there's a cross. Oh, Ince tried to get the ball, but Italy. David Seaman recovers the ball with time running out. Christian Vieri has been substituted for Italy as well. And in his place is Fabrizio Ravanelli, former Middlesbrough striker, legend, cult legend amongst the borough. And here's Michael Owen, before he could get through to it. But a foul was committed halfway up the pitch. This free kick's going to be taken by Tony Adams. Here we go. What's he looking to do? Is he going to look for something in the middle there? He's got it straight. Oh, Sheringham thought he could get onto that. But time has run out for Italy. Surely they can just hold on without conceding one, or can England keep the clean sheet? Seaman recovers it well, holding on to the ball. Seaman with a very long throw. And England have won their first qualifier against Italy as the full-time whistle goes. Italy will be disappointed with that result, but England will be going back to London. And England, knowing that they have got this qualifying campaign off to a great start. Sheringham, the man of the match after scoring both goals. Well done to him. So with the final stats of the match, England were indeed quite dominant, winning the match 2-0. The instructions from the manager were very, very straight to the point. Do not let Italy get up the field to be able to create opportunities, as England dominated with shots 8-3 and had 5 on target. Although Italy did have all 3 on target, England had 1 corner with committing 1 foul, dominating the possession with 44%. Being in the middle of the park, 19 and 37 elsewhere. Like I said, the England manager got the tactics just right against Italy there. And that was strong opening campaign to this qualifier. This is moving in England's favour, but anything can happen between now and the final qualifying match. We'll see you next time here on the BBC. So after winning my opening qualifier 2-0 against Italy, I am now going to a home match against Poland. Poland, I don't really remember back in 1998 being very good. And they're good now, mostly because of, you know, one particular player, basically the absolute goal-scoring unit, that is Robert Lewandowski. He is an absolute fucking boss, and I challenge anyone to try and tell me otherwise. And also, he was robbed of the Ballon d'Or back in 2020 because of all of COVID. He should have been given it, just hands down. He should have. End of story. And anyway, so I'm not going to show you what my starting lineup's going to be just yet. So we're just going to get straight into the next match. Right, so as you can see, this is my starting lineup. I've made a couple of changes. Stuart Pearce was replaced by Phil Neville, and Paul Scholes was replaced by Paul Ince. The rest of the team has stayed the same. Yep, and looking at that Poland team, I do not recognise a single player. And welcome back to the BBC, and we are here with England versus Poland. England got their qualifying campaign off to a winning start, beating Italy 2-0. They will be looking to keep that momentum going, but we've got to wonder what the England manager has said to these players as we prepare for kickoff. And we are ready, and it's going to be Shearer passing it over to Sheringham. Sheringham, he's holding on to the ball. He's not exactly moving with much intent. Giving the ball away, Beckham has retrieved it, but there is Steve McManaman. Paul Ince now has the ball. He's gone through a cheeky through pass. Here comes Sheringham, who scored 2, shoots, and what a belter by Teddy Sheringham. What a bullet. Now, we all know that Alan Shearer is the England talisman. He is the England captain, but this was a bullet of a shot. 3 goals in 2 matches for Teddy Sheringham. What the actual fuck statistics is that? That is just phenomenal. Sheringham once again. England looking to get a huge result. Tried a cheeky through pass to Shearer. Gary Neville completely misses there, and it went out for a throw. England with 70% of the possession, and there we go. And there's a short throw. Well, not very short as it went. Oh, and the pass has gone awry. McManaman giving the ball away. Look at the tackles from the Polish players, but it was recovered, and it's now Beckham. Beckham is looking for something. There's a cross, and it's gone to Sheringham. Sheringham, oh, shoots, and it went beyond the post. England have had 1 shot on target, which of course they score. And it will be Poland to get us back underway with a goal kick. Poland, they really need to get something back into this match. But McManaman takes control of the ball, passes it through to Shearer. Shearer's looking for something. Shoots. Simple slotting past the goalkeeper. This is why Alan Shearer at the moment is the Premier League MVP with goals. He just can't stop scoring them. And he always loves scoring for England as well. Taking the defender on himself, tricking him, and slotting it past the keeper. England 2, Poland 0. Could this be the route towards an absolute embarrassment? Sheringham showing off why he is a defender for whatever reason. Paul Ince looking for something. Paul Ince shoots straight at the keeper. The keeper standing strong, but at the same time was unable. But it's kicked straight over to Neville. Neville has given it to Sheringham. Sheringham has found Shearer. Shearer shoots from distance. Good save from Poland. Poland at the moment are under siege. There is a long kick. England have managed to through pass to Shearer. Shearer taking them on, shoots, and it's 3 goals to 0. Shearer now has 2. You can see how happy Matt Geordie is. The most expensive Englishman in history, £15 million from Blackburn Rovers to Newcastle United. £15 million, huge sum of money. The most expensive British player in history. Sheringham, again, showing off defensive duties. And it's McManaman. McManaman has passed it back. There we go. And it's Sheringham. Sheringham's taken it on, switches back, shoots. 4 goals to 0. This is an absolute drubbing here. England have already done the business. Sheringham's got 2. Shearer's got 2. 4 goals for Teddy Sheringham in 2 matches. There we go, just slotting it past the Polish keeper. England might as well now just sit back, defend. They've done the job in the first 36 minutes. But Shearer, here comes Poland. England are just going to look to hold on to the ball, try and kill as much time as possible, but it's given away, but Gary Neville has re-intercepted it. Poland, absolute shit show. And I know we're not supposed to swear here on the BBC, but this is no ordinary BBC. England holding on to possession, but once again given away, but the interception was made. Cheeky little play there, but England need to be able to stop basically fucking around and giving the ball away at any given opportunity. And they're holding on to the ball incredibly well. And there's Phil Neville with his first touch of the game. And now he's just running back and forth. Does he know where he's going? Not really. It's McManaman. McManaman passes it over to Batty. Batty has now given it back over to Ince. Ince has given it over to Sheringham. Sheringham has given it through. Tried to get through to Shearer, but it was intercepted. And the ball has been given away. Paul Ince has recovered it. Phil Neville over to Tony Adams. Tony Adams to Sol Campbell. Sol Campbell has held on to the ball whilst the half-time whistle goes. This is an absolute murder. England, I'm pretty sure, for the next 45 minutes, will just defend. England four goals up. This is not a very, very pretty sight for Poland. 0 shots on target, 0 corners won, 0 fouls committed, and only 26% of possession. England, on the other hand, 4 goals up, 7 shots, 6 on target, with 74% possession. 59% of the ball has been in the middle of the park, whilst Poland have basically been, as I said, under siege, with 36% of the possession in their final third, with 5% only in England's. The England manager must have just been like, look, it's only Poland, lads. Let's just go out and give the fans a bit of a show. Bit of a, demolition, shall we say. But, at the end of the day, they've already walked into Wembley and they've gone 4 goals up in the first 35 minutes. All they have to do now is just defend. Let's get to the second half. England have made 3 substitutions, with Teddy Sheringham being replaced by the youngster that is Michael Owen. Sol Campbell almost losing the ball. David Batty has been replaced by Rob Lee. Rob Lee moving on to left midfield. We know that he normally plays on the right side of midfield for Newcastle, but this time he's on the left. Now Tony Adams has also been replaced by Gareth Southgate. Seaman has held on to the ball and he's kicked it straight out to Michael Owen. Owen, he is taking on the defence. Is he looking to get onto the score sheet himself? He's moving around. He's almost got through to be able to get in sight of that goal. And it is Gareth Southgate who has passed it straight over to Michael Owen, the youngster. Michael Owen, here we go. Go on, Michael, son. Go on. Take them all on. Take them all on. He's moved round. He's got through. He shoots straight at the keeper. Michael Owen is really getting a taste of England international football here. And, great tackle there from Gareth Southgate. Southgate moving into the England squad. Obviously, we all remember the heartache from Gareth Southgate in 1996, missing that final penalty against Germany, handing them the final against Czech Republic at Euro 96. Owen with a bullet of a goal, and it's now 5-0. That youngster has finally got onto the score sheet. Well done to that young man. I'm sure he will become an England regular and England legend. See how well he fares for Liverpool though. Substitution though for Poland, as Jozwiak has been replaced by Jankowski. Poland looking to get a bit more attacking impetus in there, but it went nowhere. England 5-0 up against Poland. Michael Owen once again with the ball and a shot from distance. Excellent acrobatic save. Shearer looking for something. Owen off the post. Owen has just made it 6. Surely England should not score any more goals, because there is still the spirit of fair play, but if some teams just decide to go for it, they just decide to go for it. England now 6-0 up. Owen 2 goals. Here we go. Poland, they really should just put 10 men behind the ball now, or England just go, England have given it away, and it's a shot from distance, which makes it easy for Seaman to actually just hold on to. Seaman with the throw out, and he's thrown it straight over to McManaman. McManaman has given it over to Ince. Ince has passed it through to Michael Owen. Owen has given it back No, he's giving it away. Sol Campbell recovers the ball. And Rob Lee with his first touch. McManaman. Lee. Owen. Shot from distance. Just over. Poland looking for a goal kick here. Long one. What are they going to get out of this? They still, as far as I'm aware, have not had a proper shot on target. And it's McManaman. McManaman passes it over to Ince. Ince holding on to the ball. Finds Shearer. Shearer over to Beckham. Beckham, first time, but sadly Owen was not in place. Here is Rob Lee. Rob Lee with a cross. What can he get? McManaman scores 7-0. An absolute murder. England wanting to show complete and utter dominance against all opponents, giving themselves a very cushy, very strong cushion of goal difference here. Poland, though, they'll be going back home knowing that they have just been in a fight. England at 7-0, but Poland, the right pass. Could this be an opportunity for one? No, snuffed out. Oh, and it's given away. Good save by Seaman. England need to clear. Shearer's on the ball. Owen's on it. Here comes that sprightly young man, but the full-time whistle has blown. England win 7-0. How shit were Poland today? Incredibly shit. I'm sure they knew that they were going to be in for a fight, but sadly, they literally got beaten the fuck down. Michael Owen, man of the match. 2 goals coming on at half-time. Well done to you, young man. Steve McManaman also getting onto the score sheet with 2 goals apiece from both Shearer and Sheringham. And as you can see, some other matches have been played at the same time, but we're not going to be focusing on them. But here are the final statistics. Extremely dominant match from England. 7-0, 14 shots to 3, 12 on target to 3, 79% possession. England just absolutely dominated their opponents. Well done to England. 7-0. The game plan worked perfectly. Once again, go in, score as many as possible, get that goal difference cushion. That is what they need. But anyway, we're going to move on to next. We'll see you next time here on the BBC. Right, so after absolutely annihilating Poland 7-0, excellent match there, excellent winning streak has been developed. So, but we are going away to Poland this time, and what's going to happen? Let's get into it. Made a couple of more changes to my starting lineup. Nigel Martin has come in for David Seaman, and Paul Scholes has replaced David Batty. Inter's moved to left midfield while Scholes plays in the centre of the park. Other than that, the lineup is the same from when I faced them last time. And welcome back to BBC Football and this England qualifying match, World Cup qualifying match I should say. England versus Poland. England last time out won 7-0. It was an absolute drubbing, and at the moment we are playing this match in Germany for whatever reason, but let's not wonder why as the match gets kicked off. And Poland start off very positive start to the match for Poland at the moment. They're very much controlling the ball. Oh, Southgate there, knocking the ball out of play, but he has been excellent on defensive duties since coming into the team. There's a throw, and it's straight over to Paul Scholes. Scholes lines it straight up for Shearer. Shearer's looking for something. He's got McManaman. McManaman looking to shoot from distance. What an acrobatic save from distance by the Polish goalkeeper. And it is kicked back out. Southgate has... No, that's Neville. Is it Neville or is it Southgate? I can't see their names. I should remember the numbers from the team sheet. Oh, and Scholes has given it away. Scholes. And it is recovered by Gareth Southgate. Sol Campbell over to Phil Neville. I've got my numbers right now. So, there's McManaman. Shearer. Shearer's looking to take them all on. He's got past one. He shoots and another great save. England haven't been able to get off the mark as much as they'd like to. Shearer, little cheeky tackle and a little cheeky goal. What a way for England to get their first goal in this match. Poland had been playing ever so well, but such cheekiness from Shearer. Intercepting the ball just as it was about to be kicked. He has been... Oh, cheeky. That was... Oh, my goodness. But Poland gets back underway. Poland looking to get back into the match as well as back into the qualifiers. I have not seen how well they are doing because my focus is all on England, and it's Sheringham. Very, very poor through pass there from Teddy. There is the kick from Poland, and they have the possession, passing it around in the middle of the park, and they're still looking for openings, but it's snuffed out by McManaman. Shearer has it. Shearer shoots. Shearer, what a belter! 23rd minute, and I've never seen Shearer be that acrobatic before. But England are now 2 goals up here in this match. What a shot from Shearer! What a goal! Top bins from that man. England 2, Poland 0. Poland really need to get back into this. They started so well, so lively, but they have been figured out. Ince sniffs out the ball. Neville tried to pass it, but there was some miscommunication. Scholes picks the ball up, and he's passed it awry. It's gone back to Poland. Poland, look at... Oh, Poland are tricking England, but Southgate standing strong. Scholes, McManaman, Beckham, Shearer, Sheringham. Great defending there from Poland. 33 minutes in. And they're still holding strong. They're not doing too badly. They're not absolutely folding too harsh like they did against England at Wembley. But they're doing much better here in Germany, even though they are losing 2-0. Right, Beckham, he's gone for something, but the Polish goalkeeper is remaining strong. There's the kick. It's gone straight to Ince. Ince to Beckham. Beckham, is he looking for something similar to what he did against Wimbledon? No. Save there. England starting to show their dominance over Poland. Oh, and what an interception and tackle by Sol Campbell. England, here we go. They're just going to hold on to the ball. They have done an excellent job so far, trying to find an opening. There's the shot, and it's saved once again. England doing a passing game this time. Poland have the possession, but they are looking to get back into it. Excellent defending there from Gary Neville, straight over to Nigel Martin. Martin, what has he done? Oof. That was some squeaky bum time, but Sol Campbell there was at hand to be able to keep it at 2-0 with an excellent tackle. England 2, Poland 0 at half-time. England once again the dominant side. 2 goals, 8 shots, 8 on target, but they have not been the one in control of the ball, with Poland maintaining 53% of the possession to 47. I'm sure the England manager at half-time will be like, look, lads, keep it calm, keep it cool. We've already got 11 goals in this qualifying campaign already. We've not conceded 1 yet. Just keep it calm, keep it cool, hold the ball. Just don't let Poland further up the field to be able to create any chances. Sniff the ball out when they can. I'm sure that's what the England manager will be saying to them. But let's get to the second half. England to get us underway in the second half. Shearer And Sheringham running up the pitch a little bit, passes it over to Shearer. Shearer's passed it over. Are they going to just hold on to the ball for 45 minutes? Let's see if they can. But Scholes has a shot from distance, and it is once again saved. Poland under siege with shots. They've still not managed a single shot right now, but as we know, they have been holding on to the ball rather well. The ball has gone slightly awry from Sol Campbell there. What is Campbell thinking? At the moment, abandoning his position, leaving McManaman to pick up. Oh, and McManaman, great save there from Nigel Martin. And he's launched it back out straight over to Shearer. Shearer has given it over to Scholes. Here comes Paul Ince. Paul Ince, is he going to look for something? There's a cross. Nicely saved by the Polish goalkeeper. Beckham has the ball. He's passed it over to Gary Neville, his Manchester United teammate, but his pass just went nowhere. Poland holding on to the ball. Here we go. That was a very pointless shot from distance. England have now had 52% of possession to Poland's 48. Poland go home, I'd say. Nigel Martin gets back on the way, and there's a long kick right down in the middle of the park, and it's Scholes through to Shearer. Shearer shoots. Excellent save from Poland. Poland still under siege. England looking to extend that lead, but with time running out, they are just hoping to get through this. But Poland now on the attack, and Poland just seem to be having pop shots, just not really doing much. And there's a throw from Martin. Martin has passed it over. I'm falling a bit behind this just because I am so excited. Sheringham from distance, just wide and over the bar. 11 shots to 2 between England and Poland as it stands. Poland to get us back underway with the goal kick. So, what will happen here? Poland has gone long. Picked up by Scholes. Holding on strong. McManaman to Scholes. Scholes has Shearer. It's now Sheringham. Sheringham again, just over. 55% possession to England now, to Poland's 45. Time is running out. Can Poland at least get onto the score sheet? Poland have been playing a very, very good game so far, but even though they are being bombarded, Sheringham. Here comes Shearer. Shearer with a cross. Oh, over again. Looks like England are going to be leaving Germany with all 3 points here in this qualifying match for the World Cup. England have done the job. Can they just hold on? Sheringham with a shot from distance. And it just went wide once again. Michalski is being subbed off. And in his place will be Jankowski once again. He made a quick cameo appearance against England in the last match. Sheringham was looking to receive the ball from McManaman, but Southgate has it now, and he's giving it to Scholes. Scholes is giving it over to Paul Ince. Paul Ince, oh, tried to be a bit cheeky. Poland through on goal, but Campbell commits the foul. Poland have a free kick. It is a bit from distance. Will he be able to bury that son of a bitch? But the ball is whipped in and it went nowhere. England have held on to the ball. It's now Paul Scholes running down the field. And there goes the final whistle. England maintain that winning streak, winning 3 goals to 0 here. 3 goals to 0, 2 goals to 0 here in Germany, meaning they have 9 points. Alan Shearer, man of the match, scoring both goals for England. England have done the job, but they were a bit sloppy in that second half part. A few passes going awry, a few pop shots, but Poland weren't exactly much of a threat. for Nigel Martin either. So, after that, England win 2-0 with 15 shots, 11 on target, with 1 foul committed and 59% of possession. Wasn't exactly much of a murder as last time, seeing as Poland were a bit more defensively sound. But England have done the job here in Germany, and they are pushing further, getting one step closer to qualifying for France 98. Join us next time on BBC Football. See you then. Right, so before I move over to the final match for this episode, I forgot to say I'm going to be doing 4 qualifying matches in this episode and then the second 4 in the next one. So before I get to my final match of this episode, I'm actually going to have a quick look at the standings because I've not really looked at what's been going on elsewhere. So here we go. Right, in Group 1 at the moment, Denmark are top of the table with 8 points, being chased by both Greece and Croatia. Bosnia and Herzegovina, which are in 4th with 5 points, and Slovenia rock bottom on 3. Moving on to Group 2, even though they lost the opening match to England, Italy at the moment have 13 points, but they have played 6 games, whilst we are second and we are currently undefeated. Poland have 5 points with a -7 goal difference, thanks to the absolute murder from me. Georgia are currently 4th, and Moldova are 5th. Moving on to Group 3. Switzerland top the group with 8 points, being only on top by goal difference, as Norway are in 2nd, Azerbaijan are 3rd, Hungary 4th, Finland 5th. Group 4. This is quite a big group. Oh, look how tight that son of a bitch is. Sweden and Belarus going toe-to-toe at the moment. It is pretty damn even. Latvia are currently level on points with Scotland, and Estonia and Austria make up the bottom 2, but it's still incredibly close. Anything can happen. In Group 5, Russia and Luxembourg, of all teams, are currently pushing towards the World Cup at the moment, both on 10 points. Israel, 9th, with Cyprus basically falling behind, no shots, and Bulgaria, surprisingly, rock bottom with only a singular point. Group 6, holy shit, would you look at how dominant Malta are. 12 points after 7 games, with Spain in 2nd. Could Malta go to the World Cup? Damn, son. Czech Republic are in 3rd at the moment with 9 points, followed by Yugoslavia, Slovakia and the Faroe Islands. Moving on to Group 7, Belgium currently top the group with Netherlands in 2nd, followed closely by Turkey. Wales are in 4th, and San Marino managing to get 3 draws so far. Interesting. In Group 8, the Republic of Ireland look like they are going to qualify for the World Cup with 13 points at the moment after 5 games. Romania in 2nd, Iceland in 3rd, Lithuania and Macedonia 4th and 5th with 5 points apiece, and Liechtenstein are currently rock bottom with 3 points. Group 9, Portugal on course for qualifying for the World Cup. Armenia, of all teams, 2nd with 10. Ukraine and Northern Ireland can still potentially get there because they have 8 points apiece. Albania with 5 points, and holy dog shit, -8 goal difference, 3 points, not a single win to their name. Germany, Jesus Christ, wow, interesting. Right, enough babble talk, let's get to the final match. So my next match is against Georgia. This should be nice and easy. As I said, let's just get to the final match, shall we, boys and girls? As you can see, I've pretty much changed the starting lineup. Tim Flowers is now starting. Still got Gary Neville at right back. Ferdinand Rio, that is, has made a starting lineup along with Gareth Southgate. Graham Lasso is making an appearance as well at left back. Rob Lee has moved into right midfield. David Batty and Scholes in the centre of the park, with Paul Ince at left midfield. And I have Les Ferdinand and Michael Owen up front. Welcome back to BBC Football and this World Cup qualifier between England and Georgia. England are currently 3-0. They are on a win streak. They are currently undefeated. Wholesale changes though for this qualifying match against Georgia. I'm sure many fans here at Wembley Stadium are upset that most of the starting 11 have been playing the last 3 matches are not in the starting lineup. But it looks like the England manager is not really taking Georgia all too seriously. It's Georgia, lads. And David Batty with the first attempt from outside of the box, and it goes wide. You've got to question why the England manager has made these wholesale changes. Maybe it's to just give, you know, the opportunity for certain players to impress, to see if they can actually, you know, make it in the England team. Break into that starting 11. Players like David Batty, Paul Scholes, who needs to be able to play a bit better to cement his starting spot. Scholes, Michael Owen, as we know, is a spark plug. He got 2 goals against Poland in that 7-0 driving. Can he get one here? And he has! That is the 3rd goal in this qualifying campaign for Michael Owen, opening the scoring in the 8th minute, and he's acting like he's just been electrocuted for whatever reason. Where the hell did he grow that beard? And that's what I want to know. You saw that beard, please tell me where he got that from. Georgia now 1 goal down against England. This weakened England team, shall we say, but England at the same time still an absolutely fantastic team. They should be like straight up favourites for the World Cup. Paul Ince has the ball and he's now giving it to Michael Owen. Owen has passed it to Southgate. Southgate is giving it over to Rob Lee, I believe. Lee with a cross. And it's Owen, simply chest down and tap in. He has now got 2 goals. He does have a beard. Where did he get that beard from? Someone please tell me. He's 18. He should not be having this beard. England are now 2 goals up. Georgia at the moment just can't seem to get shit rolling. And it was an excellent tackle there. Ince has the ball and it's gone awry. Georgia seeing a bit more of the ball, but Neville has given it away. The England defence, that could have been the first goal conceded, but it was excellently snuffed out, I believe, by Graham Lasso. Michael Owen through. Les Ferdinand from distance nearly had it, but the keeper at the same time had it scouted. Look at that possession. Absolute dominance from England. 78% to 22. And there's the goal kick from Georgia. And it's picked up by England. Oh, it's been snuffed out though. Georgia looking to create something. A few passes that went nowhere. England have given the ball away once again. Could this be... Oh, and that could have been the opportunity, but it was extremely well defended, and it's passed back. Georgia are back in this. Arveladze, what a terrible pass there. England conceding against Georgia. They should have done so much better. That pass from David Batty will no doubt go against him in his chances of making the starting 11 for England. England now 2-1 up. Georgia back in this game. We have a match on our hands. It's Les Ferdinand who's not really seen much of the ball, but he passes it out to Batty. Batty looking to amend for that horrible pass, but it went wide. England still dominating with the possession though, as time in the first half is running out. England 2, Georgia 1. England underestimating Georgia here, quite possibly. Oh, and another pass has gone awry by Gareth Southgate, but he has. No, that was not Southgate, sorry, I believe that was Tony Adams. Is that Tony Adams? No, I'm getting everything mixed up. Michael Owen has the ball. He's given out to Paul Ince. Ince holds on to the ball, slices it back, shot from distance. Excellent save from Georgia. Time is running out here in this first half. England have the ball. It's Rob Lee. He has a cheeky shot from distance and it went over the bar. England's dominance is waning here in this qualifying match. 70% possession to 30. Scholes looking to get on the score sheet, but he's passed it through to Michael Owen. Owen holding on to the ball. England should just hold on. There's Ince. Oh, and Les Ferdinand just could not control the ball there. And as the whistle goes for half-time, England are wondering how the hell they let Georgia score. But the only person that they can blame is David Batty with that horrible, horrible back pass that just opened everything up. It left the England defenders stunned. They did not know what to do. That will no doubt not work in Batty's favour to try and make the starting 11 or even the World Cup himself. England, though, are dominating the match. 7 shots, 3 on target, 71% possession as they are 2-1 up. Time to get into the second half. The England manager, though, has seen enough of David Batty on the pitch in the opening 45. He is not forgiving him, and in his place is David Beckham. Ince, though, has the ball. He's looking for someone in the middle. Oh, and it's given straight away. Georgia, can they get back into this? They're finding a way in, but Rio Ferdinand has picked it back up. The West Ham youngster has picked it back up. England back in possession. Short pass. Ferdinand, he's given it over to Beckham. Beckham with a cross. Michael Owen was just unable to get on top of that at that cross from David Beckham. England 2, Georgia 1. 54 minutes has gone of this match, and it is kicked out. There we go. England pick it back up. Here's Rob Lee, who has moved into the centre of the park after the substitution. It's Beckham. Is he going to try and do something special? Oh, good shot and a good save from Georgia. Beckham will be happy to do something positive here in this match, and Georgia have the ball. Here we go, and they're moving very much up front. Tim Flowers not able to pick up a simple. He's not even under pressure, and he's unable to pick the ball up. But Michael Owen, he's looking to go solo. Can he get his hat trick? Good save by the Georgia goalkeeper. Gary Neville sniffing out the ball once again. Here comes Rio. Not Rio. Les Ferdinand slots it in. England now go 3-1 up against Georgia. England will be pleased to put some distance between themselves and Georgia in this match. It's now 3-1. Georgia are making a change. Kobiashvili has been substituted for Jamarauli. Tim Flowers this time picking the ball up, and the goal scorer Les Ferdinand is off for Teddy Sheringham. Michael Owen on the ball. He's passed it through. Tried to sniff out. Oh, it's gone over Rio's head. Georgia, excellent tackle. But Georgia once again having another little pop shot. Tim Flowers with the long throw. Through to Scholes. Sheringham over back to Scholes. Scholes over to Ince. Ince is what's he going to do with the ball? Through to Scholes. Scholes looking for Sheringham. Oh, just across the face of goal. Should have been able to bury that. England have had 6 shots on target to Georgia's 3. England, this weakened team, has been incredibly surprising. I mean, they're doing the job, but not very good, let's just put it that way. Hence the substitutions for Beckham and Shonen. Beckham looking for something a little cheeky, or was he just having a little bit of fun, killing a bit of time? Goal kick there from Georgia, straight out, and it's Paul Scholes who picks it up. Rob Lee has it, and he's passed it over to Beckham. Beckham is moving down the wing. Is he going to pick someone out in the middle? Cross it over. Owen. Oh! Great control, but just unable to finish it. England still dominating the possession though, with 73% to 27. England have indeed done the job as this goes into stoppage time now. What? Can Georgia at least get a second goal in? Nope, because Rob Lee has sniffed it out. And it's... Oh, Neville has passed it. Oh, Tim Flowers. That is not going to go well for him. Not being able to pick up a loose ball easily and just unable to make a solid save from that Georgia shot. Tim Flowers looking to just get rid of the ball, and he's booted it out. Time running out here in this match, and there goes the final whistle. England once again win, but this time a weakened England team winning 3 goals to 1. Now, it was not exactly the best performance from this England team, especially when you look back on the dominating performances against Poland, winning 7-0 and beating Italy 2-0 on their turf as well. The England manager will not be very pleased with how this game went, even though they did win 3-1. Michael Owen was named the man of the match after getting 2 goals in that game. England winning 3-1, 14 shots to 4, 6 on target to Georgia's 3. Dominating the possession though. The England manager will be saying to this England team, these fringe players looking to break into that starting 11, you need to do better. You need to step up. This was unacceptable. Just totally unacceptable, especially when you look at the fact that they were so incredibly dominating against Poland 7-0. He will be using that a lot to be able to get his point across, because lads, it's only fucking Georgia. You know, they're not exactly world beaters. They're not Germany. They're not France. They're not Italy. They're not Argentina. They're not Brazil. For fuck's sake, lads, it's Georgia. The England manager will be pleased though with the victory, but at the same time will basically be pissed the fuck off that they could score such a cheeky goal due to an arrive back pass by David Batty. Anyway, thank you for joining us here on BBC Football, and we will see you next time for the World Cup qualifiers. So after that match, as you can see, I am still second, but I have 2 games in hand on Italy, who have played 6 to my 4. I am 1 point behind Italy, who have 13 points to my 12, but there's a good cushion between myself and Poland. A full 7 points clear. Full 7 points. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Monday Night World Cup. We are in part 2 of England's qualifying campaign for the World Cup in 1998. We are on course to head to France as we're only a point behind Italy, and our next game is against Moldova. So without further ado, let's get into it. So if you remember from the previous match, we made a bunch of wholesale changes, but we're going back to first team, but David Batty, who went ahead and basically gave Georgia their goal, you know, he's been dropped. He hasn't even made the bench. So this is the starting lineup, and I'm hoping we can get something against Moldova. Hello and welcome to the San Siro here on BBC Football for this World Cup qualifier between Moldova and England. England so far are 4 wins in their group. They are currently second, 1 point behind Italy against little old Moldova, and they are looking to continue that route and qualification to the World Cup. Moldova get us underway, and they are currently controlling the ball, and it is Stuart Pearce who has recovered the ball for England, and it's Paul Scholes. He's looking around. What's he going to do? Shearer straight in the net, 3 minutes in. Could another annihilation like against Poland be underway? 1-0 within the first 3 minutes. Alan Shearer getting the goal, slick through pass from Scholes, just getting in front of the Moldovan goalkeeper and slotting home. Moldova stood no chance. Moldova getting this back underway. Shearer with that goal, and it is Beckham who retrieves the ball. Beckham, he's got to play it over. Just laid it over to McManaman. McManaman back. Oh, he's giving it away. Sol Campbell looking to retrieve the ball. What's it? Moldova, nice little passing game, but Sol Campbell and his defensive duties doing really well. And that was Teddy Sheringham with the interception. Sheringham, is he going to go all the way? Shoots, and it's just over the crossbar. He had his back to goal. England 1-0 up against Moldova, conceding their first goal thanks to a back pass by David Batty in the previous match against Georgia. Moldova with the goal kicks, nice and long, but Steve McManaman has once again picked the ball up. He's heading down forward. He's laid it off to Sheringham. Sheringham's clear. He's through on goal, shoots, and it's a bullet of a shot into top bins. Teddy Sheringham getting another goal in this World Cup qualifying campaign. My goodness, never would have thought that a 30-something-year-old would be able to score this many goals in the World Cup qualifying campaign. He is becoming the true MVP for England, the talisman for England. Could he be the one to lead them to glory? But it's Shearer. Shearer has the ball. He's looking to take them all on. What's he going to do? Oh, slip move. Shearer 3-0 with 21 minutes in. Shearer's got 2. Shearer, and not Shearer, Sheringham has got the 1. England 3-0 up against Moldova, and we're not even halfway through the first half. Shearer with some excellent tackle skills, tricking the Moldovan defence. And Moldova once again get us underway. Little Moldova had to reschedule this match here in Italy in the San Siro. For what reasons? Only they know. We don't. And Moldova have retrieved the ball. They're going for... And it's Scholes. Scholes, he's looking to go through and goal. He shoots, and it's wide. He was being crowded. He only had a little bit of space. England at the moment dominating the possession, 68% to 32. Moldova at the moment have not been able to pretty much get out of their own half in this first opening half an hour of this match. And it is once again Steve McManaman. McManaman, he's looking for it. He's tried to lay it over to Ince. Cheeky little Tekker's move, but now it's Stuart Pearce. Shearer is going in. Is he looking for a hat-trick? What's he going to do? He's moving over to the left. He's moving over to the right. But he tried to lay it on to Teddy Sheringham, but it was snuffed out by the Moldovan defence. But Scholes has snuffed it out himself. It's Tony Adams. Tony Adams gets taken out. Moldova, could they go on a counter? Here we go. But Sol Campbell was there to sniff that out. Literally go in balls deep. And it is now out for a throw for Moldova. England with 3 shots on target, 3 goals. England once again trying for a long pass. Oh, cheeky little Tekers there from the Moldovan player, but Paul Ince has retrieved it. Ince slides it over. Shearer, who's got many around him. Can he find some space? He's circled around, shoots, and there's his hat-trick. 43rd minute. England are on course for victory unless Moldova literally morph into Brazil in their prime in the 1970s with players like Pele belting the ball into the back of the net. But this is little old Moldova. I don't think it's going to happen, if I'm honest with you. Why? Because they're shit. Beckham retrieves the ball. What's he looking to do? Nice long cross. Sheringham. 5-0 just before half-time. Job well done. Job over for England. They might as well just play a defensive game in the second half. And as I've said once before, I never knew Teddy Sheringham was that acrobatic. Surely the Moldovans should just basically forfeit this, but before they can, we are going into half-time. Maybe the Moldovans will talk to the referee and just be like, hey, we know we're shit, so can we just give up here and now? That would be nice. That would be really, really nice. But here are the stats. 0% of the ball has been in England's half. 55% of the ball has been in the middle of the park, whilst 45% has been in the Moldovan final third. England dominating possession with 68%. 5 goals, 5 shots on target from the 7 that they have had. England have already done a job well done against little old Moldova. It's not really much of a contest, so let's move straight into the second half and see what England get up to. And we are back for the second half, and here we go. England just looking to hold on to the ball. Can they be cheeky enough and do that? Nope, as they lose it straight away, and Moldova have their first attempt, and it was easily saved by David Seaman. Seaman with a nice strong throw straight out to Stevie McManaman, but he's giving the ball away. Is this David Batty all over again? But Tony Adams sniffs it out. Paul Scholes with the ball. He is charging down the pitch. He's got many around him. What's he going to do? He lays it off to Sheringham, who shoots. Oh, off the crossbar. And that would have been an absolute bullet of a goal if he would have gotten that in. Jesus Louise, Jesus Christ. That would have been amazing. Tony Adams retrieving the ball from the Moldovan potential attack. It's Beckham. Beckham's on the ball. Is he going to swing one in? He's looking for players in the middle. He's got a cross in. Straight over to Scholes, who tries a cheeky chip, and it's just onto the roof of the net. Plechenko is being substituted off for Moldova, and in his place is Spinu. I don't really know. All I know is that it says, yeah. And an offside was given. England have had 71% of the possession here. And for some reason, Alan Shearer is on free kick duties here. Is he going to go for a cheeky shot? We shall wait and see. Here we go. Nice high ball to Teddy Sheringham. First time shot. What a bullet. What a hat-trick as well. 3 goals for him. 3 goals for Shearer. 6-0 England. 64th minute. 2 hat-tricks apiece for Teddy Sheringham and Alan Shearer. What a goal. Yes. Moldova get us back underway. 6-0 down. England, all they have to do is just hold possession. It's Sol Campbell. He lays it through, or at least tried to lay it through to Teddy Sheringham. And David Seaman recovers the loose ball. David Seaman, short throw to Campbell. Campbell lays it off to Paul Scholes. Scholes lays it forward to Shearer. Shearer passes it over to Beckham. Beckham with the ball. Is he going to do a cheeky whip? He's gone for one. But it was well defended there by Moldova. It's Tony Adams. Tony Adams has been known to score some goals for Arsenal. He has a shot of his own. Good save there from Moldova. Nice kick there, but it's gone through. Oh, Moldova. But it's well sniffed out by Stuart Pearce, but the ball is back in Moldova's possession. What are they going to do? Moldova, tight angle. What's going on? A bit of kerfuffle. Substitution for England as Teddy Sheringham is coming off now. The ball did go out for a goal kick. It seemed to have went off the Moldovan attacker, but Teddy Sheringham is going off, as I have said, for one Michael Owen, giving the old boy a bit of a rest, scoring a hat-trick alongside Shearer. And here he is, the young lad from Liverpool, goes for a shot from distance, nicely saved from Moldova. There's a long kick, but it's sniffed out by McManaman. McManaman to Shearer. Shearer's looking for Owen. Owen's on. He's gone for it. Excellent save. Scholes with the ball. Pass through there, but Sol Campbell has it. And England now looking to just finish the job. Hold on to the ball. Cheeky little chip there from Paul Scholes. Paul Ince holding on to the ball. Through the Scholes. Through to McManaman. McManaman gives the ball away. Gary Neville sniffs it out. Straight over to Shearer. Shearer has gone for it. 4 goals for Alan Shearer. 7-0 against little old Moldova. You'd think that they just played defensive game, but nah, England are going to continue the murder rampage that they are on. Putting more misery on Moldova and putting a hell of a lot more pressure on Italy in the group standings. And we are back underway. Loose ball retrieved by one Tony Adams. And now the final whistle is gone. The pain is over for Moldova. England thrashing them. Just taking absolutely no mercy here in the San Siro. England 7. Moldova 0. Man of the match, Alan Shearer, because of course it is. You wouldn't pick anyone else. He did score 4 goals. You wouldn't pick anyone else, and if you did, you would have some serious problems that you would need to address. Here are the stats though. 7 goals to 0 to England. 14 shots, 10 on target. 3 shots from Moldova with 1 on target, 0 corners apiece, 0 fouls, 71% possession from England to Moldova's 29. 42% possession was in the Moldovan final third, 49% in the middle of the park, with only 9% in England's final third. And that just tells you that England have a game plan. They have an idea on what kind of football they want to play. They want to strike fear into any and all comers, any team that challenges them as they continue to march towards the World Cup. Join us again here on BBC Football for England's next qualifying match. Well, after a 7-0 drubbing against Moldova, we are now coming right close to the end of the qualifying campaign, with our next match being up against Italy. Now, we beat them in the opening qualifying match, beat them 2-0, and I'm sure, or at least I'm hoping anyway, that Italy can put up a bit of a fight. They did well in the first match, but maybe not this time round. But we shall see. On to the next one. As you can see, I've stuck with the same team that literally just murdered Moldova. So yeah, stuck with the same team, not much to say. Welcome back to BBC Football here. World Cup qualifying match, England versus Italy. This is for a chance to go to France. This could end it for Italy or potentially send them to a playoff. Who knows? I can't remember how things were going at this moment in time. England getting us kicked off here at Wembley Stadium. They're going to be a little bit more cautious than what they have been against teams like Poland, Georgia and Moldova. But a slip through ball was given to Shearer. Shearer trying for a cheeky little something, but didn't work. England need to be on a bit more of a defensive game because this is a strong Italian team. Paolo Maldini in defence. Players like Costa Curta, Panucci as well. Ravanelli is on the pitch, as well as Gianfranco Zola, as well as the unit that is Christian Vieri. McManaman picking up the ball there, and he laid it off to Scholes. Scholes has got Paul Ince with him. Paul Ince being put into a corner. Nobody puts Ince in a corner, and it's Shearer. He's open, shoots, and it's just wide. First real opportunity for England, and of this match, 10 minutes in. England currently dominating the possession, as you'd expect. England are looking to extend their lead and potentially nail down qualification to France, but a ball has been given away. But Gary Neville was good to sniff it out, but he's given away, and Sol Campbell did well. England's passing game at the back needs work, and Sol Campbell has been shown a yellow card. Dangerous tackle. Campbell protesting, but he can't really say much, can he? This puts Italy in a very good position right now. If they score this, they will be 1-0 up. And it's a shot low. And it was an excellent save from the England keeper, David Seaman. Seaman, who's he looking for? Good old Spunky. He's got Sheringham. Sheringham's tried to through pass. Here comes McManaman. McManaman passes it back. England's passing game has been absolutely dogshit. Scholes for the first time, and it's just over the bar. Italy at the moment the only team out of these two to have a shot on target, as both England's attempts were wide and over, whilst Italy's free kick was on target. 25 minutes in, here we go. And it is McManaman. He's given it to Scholes. Scholes very tight there. And Stuart Pearce, the experienced left back for England. Here's Teddy. Here comes Teddy Boy, scoring a hat-trick in the previous match. Great tackle there from Italy. Italy playing a great passing game. And they're going for it. Sol Campbell looking to sniff him out. He's already on the yellow card. He needs to be very careful here. Beckham, Campbell to Scholes. Scholes to Shearer. Shearer over to Beckham. Beckham's got some space, but he's being snuffed out. There is McManaman. Good cross, but even better defending from Italy. Tony Adams with the pass to right. Italy, they could go for it, but McManaman was good there. Beckham, is he going to look for someone? He's gone a bit long. Sheringham. Oh, excellent crunch tackle there. Cheeky little chip there. Great volley pass, and here I believe is Ravanelli, but he is sniffed out by the experienced Stuart Pearce. Italy doing extremely well to put the pressure on England. We actually have a competitive match here. This is something else. Nice little passing game. Oh, brilliant tackle there from Italy. It's Beckham. He's got Shearer in front of him. Couldn't get it through, but he's got it back. And it's Shearer. He's at a tight angle. We've never seen Shearer cross one in before. And he's got it through over to Sheringham. Sheringham's got players all around him. He's laid it off for Ince. Ince, cheeky crossover. Shearer has put England 1-0 up right before half-time here at Wembley Stadium. An excellent passing game. Bit of patience as well. Shearer puts England ahead after scoring 4 goals. Yes, 4, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 against Moldova. He gets his first in this match. Italy to get us back underway right before half-time. Italy will feel disappointed from that, as they have played an excellent game so far. And the whistle goes for half-time. England 1, Italy 0. Let's talk about some of those passes though from England. Just what in the holy name of dog shit was that? Some of the passes just going absolutely wild and awry straight to Italy. The England manager will be looking at those responsible and even questioning himself. What the fuck were you thinking? Why didn't you just pass it forward? Why didn't you just give it to an open player instead of players that are basically marked by about 3 others? But although England still 1 goal up with their single shot on target and 1 foul committed, that yellow card after that very nasty tackle from Sol Campbell. And we're about to get underway for the second half. Italy getting us back underway, all of the way back into defence that was. But they've put a long ball forward. And Italy looking for something. Oh, Gary Neville. He gave the ball away, giving Italy the chance to have a bit of a shot from target. Oh my goodness, what has England gone and done? Are they going into slight panic mode at the back? This is a corner for Italy. They need to think about what they're going to be doing. The ball is whipped in. Punch away from Seaman. Italy still in. Surely that's offside, ref. But that could not be recovered in time. And Italy have managed to get it out for a goal kick. England have a bit of breathing space from this goal kick, even though they are dominating the possession. 71% to 29 for Italy. David Seaman, what's he going to go for? He's gone for a good old-fashioned long kick. 2 players were marking there. Little pass back to defence. Through to Paul Ince. Ince needs to find Sheringham. Sheringham finds... Nope. Sniffed out. Possibly by Paolo Maldini. Currently one of the world's best centre-backs, as well as left-back. Paul Ince with the ball. This is a nice, calm passing game from England. England heading over to the wings. It's Beckham. Shearer was looking for a bit of an overlap. Through over to Sheringham. Sheringham. Oh! From the tight angle as well. England now 2 goals up thanks to Teddy Sheringham. Let's have a look at that replay. Beckham falling over from the cross and Sheringham managing to just squeeze it past. Sending Peruzzi one way. He tried to get a leg out, but it was all for nothing. And Christian Vieri has been substituted. And in his place is Enrico Chiesa. Young spark plug, or I'm not 100% sure how old he was, or how old he is, should I say. We're not doing this from the future, I swear to God. Oh, a Mirai pass. Italy. Good save from Seaman. Italy looking to get back into this. David Seaman. Throws it straight over. And oh my goodness, Demetrio Albertini scores for Italy, bringing them back in the match. What was Seaman thinking from that throw? Literally trying to give it straight out to his defence, but Albertini was smart enough to just shoot straight in front of the England defence there to get the goal in. It's Sheringham. Sheringham has now given it away. England's passing game has been somewhat questionable. We have a match here. Italy only need 1 goal. England's passing, it could not be their undoing. Stuart Pearce sniffing things out. Paul Ince. Here's Alan Shearer. Here's Teddy Sheringham. Sheringham looking for someone. He's got Ince. Ince with a straight cross. Shearer. Oh! And Steve McManaman with a cheeky tap in from his chest after Peruzzi was unable to hold on to the ball. And it looked like he was going in for an own goal. Let's have another look. Yep, Peruzzi. It looked like he was going to go for his legs, but it just bounced off his foot through his legs, and McManaman was there for the cheeky chest tap in to make sure now it went in. Sol Campbell. Paul Scholes. Steve McManaman. McManaman to Shearer. Italy will feel hard done by. Not the best to pass there. Italy looking to get back into this match. They are running out of time. Stuart Pearce. Steve McManaman with the 3rd goal for England. Paul Scholes. Sheringham. Over to Paul Ince. Ince just put it over, and it's gone all of the way to David Seaman. Seaman, is he looking for a long throw? No, he's made it short. Tony Adams. Oh, but he's given it away. Campbell on the yellow card needed to be careful there, but the referee deemed that fine. It's Paul Ince. Ince to Sheringham. Sheringham has a shot from distance. And it was saved by Angelo Perizzi. There is the kick. Can Italy get at least one more? Zola. It's a shot from distance. Campbell with the interception. He had it over to Tony Adams. Now England playing a short passing game. It's Shearer. What's going to happen? And it's over to McManaman. McManaman has a shot. Great save there from Perizzi once again. Angelo Perizzi is the only reason why Italy have not conceded 6 goals. And there goes the final whistle. That was definitely a tough game for the England team. Italy will feel hard done by from that match. They put in a lot of effort. David Seaman, though, has been called the man of the match for this particular match. Why? God knows why. I don't know. Personally, I would have given it to Perizzi, seeing as he was on form in this match. But let's have a look at some of the stats. The stats, though, are incredibly questionable, and when you actually think about it, Italy should have had more from this match. England winning 3 goals to 1, but Italy had 8 shots to England's 7. 7 of those shots from Italy were on target, whilst England had 5. But it's scoring the goals that matters most. Italy had 1 corner, the 1 foul, the yellow card to Sol Campbell, and England dominated the possession. The England manager will be disappointed from this match. Yes, he'll be happy with the victory. England now 1 step closer to qualifying for France 98, and Italy's World Cup qualifying campaign is now up in question. We shall see you next time here on BBC Football for the next qualifying match. Well, after beating Italy 3-1 and also had a cheeky look, we've qualified for the World Cup, and in a bit I'm actually going to have a look to see who else has qualified for the World Cup. But until then, our next match is against Georgia, the team who scored the first goal against us in this qualifying campaign. Italy, of course, only being the second. Right, let's see if we can get another win on the board. So a few changes for this match. Tony Adams has been replaced by Gareth Southgate. Matt Le Tissier is making his first start in place of Paul Scholes. And Teddy Sheringham is on the bench, with being replaced by Michael Owen. Oh, forgot to mention, the only player that I recognise from this Georgia team is Kincladze, Georgie Kincladze, who, if I remember correctly, played for Derby County and Middlesbrough in his career. Welcome to BBC Football. We are back in Italy for whatever reason for England versus Georgia. England have qualified for the World Cup. A few changes from the team that beat Italy 3 goals to 1. England will be looking to basically seal the deal here in this match and make it 7-0. Shearer straight away with a tackle after basically stopping the Georgia with his possession. England 70% already, and we're only a couple of minutes in. But goal kick after the shot from Shearer. England playing in red in this match, whilst Georgia are playing in white. And here is Matt Le Tissier with his first touch of the ball in an England shirt. And now it's Steve McManaman who got that cheeky chest in. Ince. There's a cross. Le Tissier. Oh, off the crossbar, but he managed to hold on to it, even though he was surrounded by about 8 players, has managed to slot it in. Matt Le Tissier, pretty much on your very few opportunities. He had a shot, hit the crossbar, looked like it could have basically gone out of play, but bounced straight back to him, and he was able to squirm it past the Georgians. A little bit of Tekker's play there from Georgia, which did not pay off as he was sniffed out by Steve McManaman. Ince with a little bit of Tekker's of his own. Oh, he gets sniffed out as well. Good defensive play. Sol Campbell has the ball. He was booked in the last match, so he'll need to basically be a little bit cautious here. Letitia has a shot from distance, but it does not test the goalkeeper as it went over and wide. Jesus Christ, look at that possession from England, 89%. That is bloody insane. Some people would say it's insane in the damn membrane. Paul Ince with the ball, and now it's Alan Shearer. Alan Shearer looking. He's got Letitia, but he's passed over, tried to get it back over to Shearer, but it did not happen. Sol Campbell gives the ball away. England just love giving the ball away quite recklessly, but it's a good thing that Sol Campbell, the absolute unit that he is, recovers the ball. Paul Ince, he's running down the wing. He's got Owen in support, but he gets sniffed out, and it went out for a throw. Paul Ince with the throw in, and looks for Letitia in a bit of space, but he was very well marked there. Stuart Pearce with the ball, holding on to it, going for a little bit of a drive. Alan Shearer picks the ball up from the pass. Is he going to go solo himself? He's being chased down, moves it, tried to move into the middle, but he got very well intercepted. England back onto it. There's the goal scorer, Letitia. He has the second. Just so excited. He looked like he was going for his second. What's Letitia going to do? But he tried to be cheeky there. Didn't exactly pay off. Paul Ince, shot from distance. Good save. Now, it certainly didn't look like that was going to trouble the Georgian goalkeeper either. Georgia still looking for a first real opening, but the England defence, England players are holding strong. Haven't really seen much of Michael Owen from this match so far, but I'm sure at some point we will see that little spark plug in gear. Paul Ince, and the shot from distance as well. Are England just taking pop shots, really trying their luck? Because they really shouldn't be doing this, because at the moment they're only 1-0 up, and England's passing in recent matches has been very, very questionable. So why they're going for pop shots as opposed to just finishing the game off is beyond me. But hey, you know, I'm only here to commentate as opposed to do full-blown analysis. Here's Paul Ince. There's a shot from outside of the box. It's Michael Owen. Oh, just wide. He had to turn himself around very quickly there. England 74% possession to Georgia's 26. Georgia at the moment not exactly having the best of days, are they, here in Italy? There's the goal kick, and we're getting ready for half-time. But can Georgia go ahead and get something? They're showing off a little bit of street cred there, but it is sniffed out. The attack cannot go on as the half-time whistle blows. England at the moment, like I said, for some reason just taking pop shots, and no one seems to know why. Are they just trying their luck? Have they just been like, yeah, we've qualified, we don't really care anymore, fuck it, you know? But England are still dominant. 1-0 up, 8 shots, 3 on target, 71% possession, and only 11% in their final third, with 46 and 43 in the middle of the park and in Georgia's final third respectively. England really need to finish the game off, put a bit of distance between them and Georgia, or else it could be very, very squeaky bum time here and going forward in the second half. England to kick us off here in the second half of this match, and it's Michael Owen getting his first real taste of it. And that speedy little boy, he's going for it. Hope he doesn't hurt his hamstring, but he went for a shot, went solo, hits the crossbar, goes out. England, of course, as you can see, still dominating the possession there. Georgia really need to do something to get back into this match. What can they do? I don't know. Maybe praying that there's a sniper somewhere in the San Siro to be able to take all of the players out. But a nice goal kick. just caught all of the England defence off guard, and Georgia were able to add their first real attempt. David Seaman kicks the ball back out. It's Shearer. Shearer to the goal scorer Letitia. Letitia is looking for Owen. He's open and he puts a bullet of a shot into the back of the net. Michael Owen getting a goal for England once again. I think that's his third, maybe fourth goal in this qualifying campaign. He was strong enough to hold off the Georgian defence and then striking it strong, striking it fast, striking it hard with his left foot. Michael Owen will be pleased about that, getting back on the score sheet, because of course scoring goals is where you build that confidence. David Seaman recovering the ball. Nice long throw there, through to Steve McManaman. McManaman finds Letitia. Here comes Michael Owen once again. Passes it across, short one. Tried to pass it through, but it was not going to happen. Sol Campbell. Letitia tried to give it through to Michael Owen. There is a bit of a cushion between England and Georgia at the moment. Brilliant tackle there by Stuart Pearce, sending it out for a throw-in. England currently 2-0 up. Stuart Pearce. What on earth was he doing? And Paul Ince has knocked it out for a corner. This is an opportunity for Georgia to get back into this game. Georgia have the first corner of the match here in the 65th minute. It's not like we're playing in fast time or what have you. Brilliant diving header, and that was well saved by the well-experienced David Spunky Seaman. Shearer tried to give it off to Letitia, but the Georgian defence here was well scouting that there. Stuart Pearce, he's holding off. Go on, Psycho. David Seaman coming out of his goal to retrieve the ball after it was cleared by Georgia. Seaman launches the ball out. He finds McManaman, who also finds Letitia, who finds Owen. Owen's looking for goal number 2. Shoots straight at the Georgian goalkeeper. This wasn't meant to be. Ball is launched out. Gary Neville going in for a tackle. Wasn't meant to be. Seaman just picks the loose ball up. Short throw to Gareth Southgate. Southgate over to Campbell. Campbell over to Beckham. This is his first touch of the ball, if I'm not mistaken. Beckham's driving down the wing. Is Beckham going to go solo himself? He shoots just over the bar. He was looking for that top corner. 5 shots to 4 between England and Georgia here in the 84th minute. Letitia picks the ball up as a shot from distance. Pointless that was. Straight out the mold. I keep on getting the two nations mixed up. It's Georgia. Remember, Georgia. But it went straight to him from the shot. But McManaman manages to get one in the top corner. The Georgian goalkeeper was unable to catch it. What is he, Sunday League? That is an absolutely appalling attempt at goalkeeping. He was doing just fine despite the goals, and he went ahead and pulled that crap. Sheila is being substituted. In his place is Ketsbayer, Tamuri Ketsbayer, Newcastle's own famous Georgian. David Seaman with a kick out after the goal, after the kick-off. Georgia now are the ones having pop shots from distance, not really testing David Seaman. And there goes the final whistle. Tamuri Ketsbayer basically comes on, makes a cameo, but it's all over as England win 3-0, continuing their march towards France. They've already qualified for the World Cup. David Seaman keeps another clean sheet. It's a shame that Tim Flowers could not do the same thing against Georgia. England will be happy at the fact that they have kept another clean sheet. 7 wins on the bounce. 3-0, 15 shots, 7 on target with 77% possession. Georgia, on the other hand, 6 shots, all of them on target though, but some of them near the end were basically from distance. Should they count? I don't know. But hey, I'm not the one who makes up the stats. They had 1 corner with 0 fouls committed and had 23% possession. England have basically done the job. Maybe for their last match they'll be able to take it easy. Use fringe players and just take it from there. But we will see you next time here on BBC Football to find out what England do for the final qualifying match. Right, so after match 7 for us, we're going to have a quick look at who have qualified so far for the World Cup. Obviously, for some of us, there's 1 match left. Maybe some more need to be simulated. I don't know. But the teams so far to have qualified are France, who are, of course, the hosts. Then heading down, Thailand have qualified as well. Macau and Bahrain are the other 2 teams joining Thailand from the AFC region. Australia have qualified from the AFC region. So well done to you. Brazil qualify as the current holders of the World Cup. That used to be the case. Now the holders of the World Cup have to go through the qualifying campaign. Yeah, I know. Back in the day, the holders just automatically qualified. If I'm honest, I still think they should automatically qualify, but that's just me. And then they are also joined by Morocco, alright, the Democratic Republic of Congo, okay, Cameroon, pretty expected, Egypt, I think back in 1998 it wasn't as expected, and Liberia. So the final qualifying match, if you've been keeping track, is against Moldova. Hopefully we can make it 8-0, but let's face it guys, it's only Moldova. It should be a bit of a walk in the park. But without further ado, let's get the match done. Few changes going into this match. Nigel Martin making the starting lineup along with Rio Ferdinand, Graham Lasso, Darren Anderton. Scholes is back in the starting lineup. David Batty I've taken a bit of pity on and decided to put him at left midfield. Hopefully he won't fuck shit up for me today. And Shearer and Owen, of course, still up front. We are under the lights of Wembley Stadium, the Twin Towers of Wembley Stadium here for this final qualifying match for England. They've already qualified. A few changes from the team that ended up beating Georgia. So England are looking to basically coast, take it easy to the World Cup here on out. England gears underway. Shearer passing over to Owen. Owen finds Letitia, who scored in the previous match. Owen, who also scored in the previous match. Lays it off to Batty, who has been welcomed back in. Nice little cheeky cross. Nice, simple tap-in. 2nd minute. Paul Scholes from excellent play. That will, of course, go in David Batty's favour with the assist, seeing as he went ahead and ballsed it up for England to concede their first goal. But Paul Scholes, he loves to score goals, puts England 1-0 up. Moldova, they are driving forward like so. God damn, they were driving. But sniffed out by Sol Campbell. He lays it off to Darren Anderton, who is starting in place of David Beckham at right midfield. Anderton with the cross, looking for Michael Owen. Owen's looking for another, and he too is on the score sheet. I still need to ask, where did he get that beard from? That too will work in Anderton's favour, getting an assist for himself. England 2-0 up here under the lights of Wembley Stadium. This is nice and easy from England. They don't look troubled at all. And it's Paul Scholes who scored the first goal. Like I said, Scholes loves to score goals. Gary Neville snuffing the ball out before Moldova can go ahead and cause any damage. Shearer, who's got the ball, is he looking for a bit of attackers? He's got past from moving around, moving the position. Shearer makes it 3, and we're only 17 minutes into this match. Shearer has been an absolute unit, but so is Teddy Sheringham. Michael Owen is making a strong case for the starting lineup, and as a matter of fact, so is Darren Anderton with this fine performance at right midfield. Shearer showing great defensive duties there. He's moving along. Is he going to try again? No. Possession is lost. Moldova, bit of a scramble. England were unable to get hold of it. Campbell, I think he went for a shot from distance, but he has a crack, and it's a good save from the Moldovan goalkeeper. This time I can actually say Moldova over and over again. Michael Owen trying to be cheeky. Oh, and it's evaded the England defence. But Sol Campbell once again there to sniff it out. The Moldovans looking for something. Nice little cross, but it just goes over to Darren Anderton. And it's Shearer who's driving forward, moving forward, lays it off to Owen. Owen has a shot just over the bar. Score is currently England 3, Moldova 0. We are half an hour, 30 minutes into this match. England 3, Moldova 0, and it's back in play from that goal kick, and it's Scholes goes for a shot from distance. The Moldovan goalkeeper stands tall. There's the kick out. Sol Campbell picks up the ball. What's he looking for? He's gone for a cheeky chip from distance. Not happening, bro. England seem to be taking it easy, just doing probably some light practice drills, who knows. Letitia sniffs the ball out, and it's Sol Campbell who, for some reason, is up front. He's gone for a lob again, but does not test Moldovan goalkeeper this time. England having 6 shots on target so far. Scoring 3. Pretty impressive. 50%, it's not bad. Sol Campbell, who was back in defence, lays it off to Michael Owen. Leave the shots to the strikers, for the love of God. Sol, you were never that good with shots. Shearer has it crack himself, but it's just wide. 44 minutes into the match. England still only having 6 shots on target. But we're coming to the end of the first half. We are now entering stoppage time. It looks like it's already over for Moldova. Get it? Over Moldova. Puns, I've got them. Letitia having a shot from distance straight at the Moldovan goalkeeper. Could it be a busy afternoon for Moldova to pick the ball out of the back of the net? Probably not. England at the moment just having a few shots from distance, not really troubling the Moldovan goalkeeper. So at half time, England with 10 shots already, 7 of which were on target. Moldova not registering a single goddamn thing. Besides 38% possession, only 7% was in England's final third though. You can imagine that the England manager is basically telling his boys back in the dressing rooms, just like, lads, we've already qualified, take it easy, you know, don't go for the pop shots from distance, just, you know, play your game, go in, we've done the job, we've qualified, but let's give the fans a bit of a show. England making 2 substitutions here. Michael Owen has been replaced by Teddy Sheringham. And it's Sol Campbell on the ball, and he lays it off to David Batty, who is back in the good books, it would seem. And Matt Letitia has been replaced by Steve McManaman. Sheringham had the ball for quite some time there, and it's Rio Ferdinand on the ball. Lays it forward, but it's picked up just in time by the Moldovan goalkeeper. Long kick out, and it's picked up. Here's Rio again. Passes it over to Scholes, who loves to score goals. It's Steve McManaman now, over to Sheringham. Sheringham lays it off to Batty, who has a shot himself, and it's a good save. Back out there. England certainly are just taking it easy out there, not really rushing, not stressing or anything like that. And it's David Batty. What's he going to do? He's moving around, moves over to the right, moves over to the left, but he got sniffed out. And it's now McManaman. He has a shot, and what a goal from Steve McManaman. A bright future for the Liverpool lads. Maybe, just maybe, he could get signed up by Real Madrid. Who knows? Who knows? England 4, Moldova 0. We are now 1 hour into this match. Moldova still to register a shot on target. David Seaman, he might as well just take a seat. You know, he's not really being tested. Sol Campbell showing his attacking prowess, and he's tackless. He's got through. He's on goal. He has a shot, and it's wide. Sol Campbell, this is why you are not a striker, son. Testamitino, I believe his name is. Testamitino, yes, is being substituted off. And in his place, my God, that's a huge name. If anybody can pronounce that, then go for it. I'm not even trying. Tim Flowers, or no wait, no, Nigel Martin, should I say, holding on to the ball. But he's thrown it straight at the Moldovan. And it's a nice, easy goal for Kuli Baba. Nigel Martin, what were you thinking, son? Just what were you thinking? England 4, Moldova 1. You can imagine the England manager will not be happy about that. But Teddy Sheringham, he is charging forward. He is through on goal. Has a shot off the crossbar. Just literally rattling that crossbar. Moldova through on goal. And Gary Neville is shown a yellow card for that tackle from behind. Neville protesting, saying he got the ball first, but the referee is having none of it. And it is a free kick right on the edge of the area. Maybe some kind of VAR could tell whether or not if that was in the penalty box. The ball is given away, but Rio manages to sniff it out. It's Graham Lasso, the England defence, basically holding out there. They could have conceded a second, and imagine England conceding 2 against Moldova. Sol Campbell holding on to it. Steve McManaman with that amazing goal earlier. He's charging down the field. His cardio has to be much better than the Moldovan. He's moving forward, getting it through, but he couldn't. He was snuffed out, cornered out. Sol Campbell chases the ball and retrieves it, sending the ball forward. Goes straight into the hands, straight into the clutches of Moldova. Kick out. Moldova looking a bit more dangerous. It really came at the worst possible time, but Sheringham has the ball. Can he get on the score sheet himself? And he bullets 1 past the Moldovan goalkeeper. England 5, Moldova 1. Teddy Sheringham on the score sheet. He just holds on to that ball, drives forward into a good position, and gave the Moldovan goalkeeper no chance to save that. We are coming to the end of the match. We are now in stoppage time, and from the kick-off, literally straight to Sheringham. What's he going to do? Surely that was a penalty. I don't know. Maybe one day we'll have a video assistant referee, but we shall see. Moldova, can they get a second? But Sol Campbell with an excellent tackle there, sniffing out the attack before Moldova can do some more damage. England have gone 8 matches, and they have won 8 matches. The man of the match going to Steve McManaman, who came on at half-time. Well done to you, sir. England 5, Moldova 1. Obviously conceding against Moldova, not exactly a blow, but at the same time, it is a question as to the future of Nigel Martyn in the England team. It was his opportunity to potentially impress, and yes, he didn't do much, seeing as he only had to deal with 2 shots, both of which were on target, but one of them was because of his mistake. So Nigel Martyn will have to hope and pray that he can somehow still make it to France, and if he makes it to France, make the bench, because it's obviously going to be David Seaman. England, on the other hand, 5 goals, 15 shots, 10 on target. Gary Neville was booked for that foul from behind, but he gave away that free kick. Could have been a penalty, but maybe one day, as I said before, a video assistant referee, you know, a little screen at the side of the pitch where the referee can consult it and see whether or not it was in the penalty box. And England dominated possession throughout the match. Thank you for joining us here on BBC Football, as next time you see us, it will be in France for the World Cup. Right, so we have qualified for the World Cup, and the teams moving forward from the playoffs. Austria end up beating Norway 2-1 on aggregate. Italy beat Slovenia 5-1 on aggregate. Moving down, Iceland knock out Spain. Netherlands knock out Israel. So Netherlands, Spain, Italy and Austria all qualify for the World Cup. Let's just have a look one more time at the qualified teams. So this is it. France, as I said before, the hosts, they've already qualified alongside Russia, England, Denmark, Iceland, Belgium, Italy, Slovakia, Netherlands, Austria, Armenia, Portugal, Republic of Ireland, Scotland, Azerbaijan. They all qualify from Europe. From the AFC region, Bahrain, Thailand and Macau, as we noticed before. From the OFC, AFC region, Australia qualify. From CONMEBOL, basically South Africa, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Argentina and Bolivia all qualify. St. Vincent, USA and Bermuda, all from the CONCACAF region, whilst from Africa we have Cameroon, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Egypt, Morocco and Liberia. This is the 32 teams now qualified for the World Cup. Now, before we finish this episode, let's just have a look at our group. So we have been drawn in Group B. We will be playing alongside Denmark, Congo and Iceland. Obviously, I'm hoping to make it through, you know, get past the group stage, but we're not going to go through that now. We're going to come to an end. Hello and welcome back to Monday Night World Cup, and here we are back with FIFA 98 Road to World Cup. And as England, we are now in the group stages of the World Cup. We are there, baby, after going the whole qualifying campaign undefeated. But this is where it gets real. We have been drawn against the Democratic Republic of Congo, Denmark and Iceland. Right, so without further ado, let's just get into the first match, shall we? Right, so as you can see, I have David Seaman in goal. In defence, I have Gary Neville, Sol Campbell, Tony Adams and Graham Lasso. My midfield consists of David Beckham, Steve McManaman, Paul Scholes and David Batty, with Shearer and Sheringham up front. Let's go out there and get that first win. Hello and welcome to BBC Football and this World Cup 98 match here in Paris, France. England in Group B, drawn alongside the Democratic Republic of Congo, who they face tonight. The teams line up for the national anthems, and England will get us kicked off. And England's World Cup is underway. What a tackle already from Congo. They are looking very sprite in this match. Definitely very sprightly. Shearer taking on some defensive duties. England recovering well. Congo will be extremely pacey, passing it back. Ooh, Scholes could not squeeze it through to Shearer. And there's McManaman showing some defensive prowess there. Well intercepted there by McManaman, looking for Sheringham, but well intercepted by Congo. Congo, they are going to be incredibly speedy. Scholes taking the ball back. McManaman's on the attack. He lays it over to Scholes. Scholes to Sheringham. Sheringham through. Shearer's on goal. He has a shot straight at the goalkeeper. England's first attempt at the World Cup. Sol Campbell. Ooh, tried to squeeze Shearer in. Beckham looking for that ball. Graham Lasso comes in. Great tackle there. McManaman, he lays it over to Beckham. Beckham, he gets taken out, but the referee says it was clean. Neville recovered the ball and he sent it long. It's Shearer, and it's a yellow card to Ikakia. Ikakia not happy about that one. Look at him, he's arguing with the ref. And it's going to be Alan Shearer looking to take this. Congo have so far had 51% possession. Shearer's in a good position. Is he going to go for a shot or is he going to whip it in? And Shearer decided to go for an attempt and it was over the bar. England so far being the more aggressive in attack with 2 attempts at least. Congo, on the other hand, holding the ball very, very well. And it's Scholes looking for Sheringham. He's onside. Sheringham shoots. England have scored their first goal. Teddy Sheringham with an absolute bullet past the very, very sleepy Congo goalkeeper, who didn't even look like he went from to try and save that. Or he did, according to the replay. England 1, Congo 0. England's World Cup could be going off to a perfect start, and it's now a throw into Congo after Shearer's excellent tackle there. McManaman leaving the ball behind. Neville's looking for defensive duties. Excellent tackle there by David Batty. Substitution by Congo. Ikakia has been taken off already. That might be because of the yellow card, and he has been replaced by Lukosi. And it's Shearer after the Arai throw, and he's laid it off in front of him. But the Congo defence did very well to recover the ball. England have had 2 shots on target there. Congo flagged for being offside. Shearer, what's he going to look for? Is he going to send it long? He's gone for a good long ball. Heading it to, he was looking for Sheringham in that. Shearer is performing defensive duties at the moment. The England captain doing extremely well. England need to regain their shape right now. Shearer lays it off to Beckham. Beckham's looking to go round, but the ball was stopped in its tracks, but Congo recovered well. Sol Campbell, excellent tackle. England still going on the attack, definitely being more aggressive. It's Shearer. Shearer's looking for something, but he gets taken. Tony Adams has the ball, but he sends it long, looking for Sheringham. Sheringham has now laid it off to Shearer. Shearer's got he's almost on goal. He shoots, and it's just wide. Right That could have been an excellent way to go into half-time. Going 2-0 up, England 57% possession. The job is almost half done in this opening World Cup match. It's Sheringham. Sheringham's looking for something. Lays off to Shearer. Shearer shoots. Oh, and it's just off the crossbar. Bounces just off. Shearer, he will feel very, very upset and angry that that bullet of a shot did not go in. England, though, still dominating against Congo. Congo really need to get up and running in this World Cup match. There's the kick, and the referee blows for half-time. England 1, Democratic Republic of Congo 0. England so far have played very well. Defensive duties has been very solid, and they need to maintain the shot, the shape, if they want to be able to keep going. But here are some of those stats. England 1-0 up, of course, with 5 shots already, 2 on target, 59% possession, only 6% in the England final third, with 63 in the middle of the park and 31 in Congo's final third. Congo, though, have not managed any shots or a corner, but they did get a yellow card quite early on. You can imagine that the England manager, he is going to be going in there and he's saying, lads, we need to maintain that shape. It's great that Shearer wants to go ahead and basically, you know, go through defensive duties. That's brilliant and all, but we've got to maintain the shape. Keep your positions and everything will be a-okay. Congo are getting ready to get us underway for this second half. And it's back underway. England 1, Congo 0. Oh, great defensive play there by Lasso. It's Sheringham. Is he going to go through and goal? No, he's taking it round. Passes it through to Scholes. Scholes looks for Shearer. Shearer's onside. Great tackle. Beckham, he's got a cross whipped in, but no one sadly was there, and it's gone out for a Congo throw. It's Sheringham. It's gone for a shot, and it's just wide of the post. England certainly are dominating the attack. Congo have not been able to get up and running. They are getting extremely lucky with England failing to bury the ball here in this match. Congo need to show some aggression up front if they want to be able to get back in this match. But England's defense just holding off so well, and it's a great interception there by Congo. And they're playing the ball out wide. Beckham with it, with the tackle, passes it over to Shearer. Shearer's running with it. He's going for a drive, lays it off, but Beckham was just taken out. Great tackle by Lasso. Lasso looked like he was about to lose it. Gary Neville had the ball and he lays it off to Lasso. Lasso's laid off to Sheringham. Sheringham's running into the middle. He shoots and it's just over again. England just can't make it 2-0 in this match. 64 minutes gone and England still only 1-0 up. And they've had so many attempts that have been so close, especially Shearer's bullet that bounced off that crossbar in the first half. And it's Steve McManaman who got outrun. Shearer has laid it off. Almost managed to pick out Alan Shearer from that. Scholes looking for the ball. Lasso, he's picked it up, but he's given it away. Sol Campbell, he's given it away. Ooh! And it's a foul. Steve McManaman, he has not gone into the referee's book here so far. The referee did not deem that as worthy enough of a card. You can obviously feel that the Congo players might be wondering why that was not given. Congo. Oh! And it's Sol Campbell and it's an own goal. Congo are back in this match. Sol Campbell, just an absolute meal of defensive play there. So it went through the legs of Seaman and it was just... Oh, England will feel hard done by from that. It's 1-1. So, can England now get get back into the lead. It's David Batty. He's laid it through to Shearer. Shearer first time shot, and England are back in the lead. 2 goals to 1. Alan Shearer has finally got his goal. He will be pleased to get on that score sheet, especially after the bullet shot and all of the attempts that England have had. The England captain will be so happy, especially after that horrible, horrible own goal. Congo get us back underway. Can Congo get back into this match? David Seaman comes out. Easy collection. 83 minutes gone. England just need to hold on that little bit longer, or at least get that 3rd goal in. And it's Sheringham. Scholes has retrieved the ball. It's Sheringham. He's laid it through. Shearer almost had it. Sol Campbell, the player who scored the own goals. David Batty. Batty has recovered it, trying a little bit of techers, but he managed to fool the Congo player into a throw-in. Here we go. And it's a throw, and it's straight to Scholes, but it was well retrieved. The England defence need to do something here. It's crossed in. Gary Neville clears the ball. Well done, Gary. Shearer's on goal. Shearer's on target. He's powering through. He's nearly there. But he was just taken out. Sol Campbell. He's laid off to Shearer. Shearer off the crossbar again. Jeez Louise. Jesus Christ. That ball just refuses to go in for Shearer when he's having shots like that. Gary Neville. England have held on right to the end, and England get their first win in this World Cup, beating Congo 2-1. That was one hell of a match. Shots hitting the crossbar, shots just going wide. An own goal. Alan Shearer has been named the man of the match, leading England to their first victory here in this World Cup. England will definitely need to do better if they're going to get past both Denmark and Iceland though. But until then, let's quickly have a look at some of those stats for this match. As you can see, England won 2 goals to 1. They have 9 shots with 3 on target, 0 corners, 1 foul committed, 64% possession, and only 11% of the game was played in the England final third, with 61% being played in the middle of the park and 28% in Congo's final third. Congo, even though they managed to get 1 goal, did not have a single shot on target, because the goal they scored was an own goal by Sol Campbell. They did commit 1 foul, which resulted in the yellow card. Now 36% possession. The England manager will be saying to his lads, listen guys, offensively speaking, you were brilliant. You just need to have that eye on the prize to bury the ball, but the defence, as strong as you were, there has to be more communication as to who has that ball, because in situations like that, you need to think clearly. You need to just snuff the ball out. It was unlucky for Campbell, but England will still be happy to take those 3 points in this opening group stage match. Join us next time on the BBC for England's next group match. So after beating Democratic Republic of Congo, Denmark ended up drawing 0-0 with Iceland, and Denmark are the next team that we face in this World Cup campaign. How do we do? Well, I mean, let's just get straight into it. Right, so from the previous game, I have made 3 changes. Gareth Southgate has come in place of Sol Campbell. Paul Ince is now playing in place of David Batty. It's nothing personal, I just wanted to go with Ince. And I think I needed a little something extra up front, so I've put on Michael Owen in place of Teddy Sheringham. Hello and welcome back to the BBC, where England play their second group stage match against Denmark. England tonight will be playing in red, and here are the teams for the national anthems. They are lined up, they are ready to go to war. Denmark drew against Iceland 0-0, whilst England were victorious against Congo. And We are off. It's Michael Owen, the young spark plug. What can he pull out of this? And he lays it off to Paul Scholes. Scholes, he could be through on goal, but a foul has been committed by Larson. Right on the edge of the box, I do believe. Yes, it is. What are Denmark planning to do here? It's going to be Alan Shearer. He's going to be looking for something, but what is he going to be looking for? Gone for it. Oh, and it's just wide. Schmeichel looked like he had it covered, but England were just unlucky. Now it was wide of Schmeichel's post. Schmeichel takes the goal kick here. England looking to be very aggressive up front, like they were against Congo, and it's Michael Owen who gets taken out. The youngster looking to making it a huge impact here in this World Cup. And Neville laid it off to Shearer. Shearer gets tackled, but England have recovered the ball. Southgate straight to Michael Owen, and he puts it right into top bins, that top corner. England 1-0 up, and we're 13 minutes into this match. Let's have a look at that replay once more. It was Southgate who laid it off to Owen, saw he was open, and he just bullets it past Schmeichel. This young Liverpudlian put it past Manchester United's #1 goalkeeper. I mean, it would be an absolute crime if one day this young player ended up playing at Old Trafford. And it was Gary Neville with an excellent tackle, but McManaman could not do anything about it. Foul committed, and it's Steve McManaman. We are 20 minutes into this match. England 1, Denmark 0. What could possibly Denmark do with this? They have sent it long, and it's straight into the hands of David Seaman. Seaman looking to just maintain a bit of calm, launches the ball out with the goal kick, and it's the young spark plug Michael Owen, the goal scorer of the first goal, and he's looking for Shearer. But a foul was committed elsewhere, leading to a free kick. Didn't even see what had happened. Alan Shearer with a free kick, and as you saw, England have had 81% of possession so far. Shearer has sent it long, looking for Owen, but it was very well cleared. Denmark, they're open. The England defence. Oh my goodness. Gareth Southgate has conceded a penalty, and he has also been shown a yellow card. That could have been a red, purely because the Denmark player was the last man. He had beaten the last man, and it's David Seaman. Can he save this for England? And it's wide, but the ball is still in play, and it has been recovered. England have been very extremely lucky from that one. Southgate must breathe a sigh of relief, just like Sol Campbell in the previous match. He must be absolutely pleased. Owen was looking for Shearer. The England defence, though, they were caught sleeping, which obviously led towards that penalty. Southgate, he did make the assist for the England goal, but conceding that penalty, that could have been deadly. England lucky to still be 1-0 up. And there's the throw, trying to get it through to McManaman, and it's Tony Adams. Tony Adams, he sends the ball forward, looking for McManaman. And England looking to get the ball back into possession, but they can't at the moment. Gary Neville, excellent tackle there, taking out the Dane. But his pass just went awry, and the throw has gone in England's favour. England 74% possession, and who is Neville targeting? He has got Gareth Southgate. Southgate has laid it over to Scholes. Scholes to Shearer. Shearer with a shot, and it's just wide. Schmeichel with the goal kick after that shot from Shearer. The referee should be looking to blow his whistle sometime soon, and it's Shearer. Passes it over to Scholes. Scholes is looking for something. He's looked for Shearer, but it was snuffed out. Surely, referee. Oh my God, Michael Laudrup has scored the cheekiest of cheeky goals, just doing a little back heel over Seaman, but he was under pressure from Laudrup, so I'm not sure if he knew what the hell to do. Let's just have a look at that. This England defence has literally just fallen apart in this match. A penalty and an equaliser, being caught sleeping. And that is it. That is half time. England 1, Denmark 1. England's defence today has literally just capitulated. What is going on today? It's a very, very even match though. It is currently 1-1 with 3 shots to 4 in Denmark's favour, with Denmark having 3 on target. They did miss a penalty though. 2 fouls have been committed to Denmark's 1. England no dominant in possession. The ball has actually been in England's final third for 26%, the most that we've seen for quite some time, whilst Denmark have had 25% and 49% in the middle of the park. You can imagine that the England manager will be laying in to that defence for being caught sleeping not once but twice, leading to the penalty and the equaliser. He will be laying into them and want something a lot more solid. England are making a substitution, and even though Gareth Southgate made the assist for the goal, he has been taken off. And Denmark have just got us back on the way, but Shearer performing defensive duties, running with it. In Southgate's place though is Sol Campbell. Huge mix-up in, slight mix-up in the Dane defence that could not be taken advantage of. The Danes doing extremely well to sniff out this England defence. They're working them out really well. Scholes, he's just laid it forward and it's just gone into his Manchester United teammates' hands. Peter Schmeichel up in goal. And it's Scholes, he's laid it off to Owen. Owen's found Shearer. Shearer's got men around him, don't shoot, and it's just over the bar. England starting to look a bit more aggressive up front. Then they've been a little bit lacklustre in that final third, but they will be trying to get that all-important second goal to potentially send them through in this group stage match. And it's Shearer. Oh, just before he could shoot, it was very well done. Campbell, he was looking for an attack. Campbell with the tackle there. But Manaman tracking back. Good tackle there from Tony Adams. Tony Adams has once again performed brilliantly in this match. Shearer. Shearer's got 4 or 5 players around him. He was trying to run into some space, but just couldn't find it. We have not seen very much of David Beckham so far in this match. Moller has been substituted for Denmark, but Denmark in the meantime have a throw. Pass back in these places. Nilsson, David Beckham once again performing defensive duties. You've got to wonder, where is Gary Neville? An extremely short throw. Beckham got the ball and he's cleared it away out of England danger. Paul Lintz looking for it. Is he going to get the ball? He is unable to. Graham Lasso out of position. The England defence been caught. Have they been caught sleeping again? Little cross and it's shot and it's well wide. He was well out of position to have that attempt there. England losing possession to Denmark, and we are drawing ever so close to the end of this match. Will it end as a draw? 1-1 at the moment. England still, as I said, are losing possession to Denmark. Here we go. David Seaman with the goal kick. And it's Gary Neville. He's laid it through to Michael Owen. Owen's had a shot and it's just off the post. Jesus Christ. If only the little spark plug could have got that in. That would have been an incredible goal. England need to regain the shape and defence. There's Paul Scholes. Well done to him. And it's Michael Owen. Let's pass it over to Shearer. Shearer has laid it through to Owen. Owen. He's through on goal. He shoots and England are back in the lead. Michael Owen with his second goal in the match in the 82nd minute. Now all England have to do is just hold on. Excellent turn there just before the shot, getting himself into a decent position to bullet it past Peter Schmeichel. One of the best in the world, one of the best to put on a pair of gloves. England 2, Denmark 1. David Seaman collects the ball. He's calling for calm amongst these players, telling them, get back into shape. And he's just launched it through to Shearer. Shearer has been taken down. Ball is sent back and it's back in the hands of David Seaman. We have reached the allotted 90 minutes. We are now in stoppage time. It's Michael Owen. Michael Owen, he's through on goal. Or is he? No, he wasn't. Sorry, I was being a little bit too premature there. Gary Neville performing defensive duties. And there goes the final whistle. England 2, Denmark 1. What a stunning match that was. That was one hell of a match. England at the same time will be wondering what the actual fuck happened in that match defensively. Michael Owen is the man of the match. Who else would it be after scoring 2 goals? Just wow, this was something else. An assist from Gareth Southgate to then concede a penalty, to then just go ahead and just and Denmark blew an early opportunity to go 1-1 early by missing the penalty, completely fluffing their lines and everything like that. And then Michael Owen finishing it off after Denmark did make it 1-1 just before half time. But the stats, these are very interesting. It's a little scary as well. 7 shots to England with only 3 on target. One of them being that bullet of a shot from Shearer and a hit the post. 2 fouls were committed and 63% possession, 23% as we noticed before, the highest that we've seen for some time for the ball to be in England's final third. 27% in Denmark's and 50% in the middle of the park. Denmark having 6 shots and 4 on target and only scoring 1 goal. They have 37% possession. The England manager, you can tell that he will not be happy with that defence. That defence seemed a little all over the shop. Attacking again as well was sound. Picking out the players, taking your chances, shooting when you can, just to try and get yourself further in the lead. But England will be happy to know that they've won 2-1. It might have been a very dodgy performance from England, and Denmark incredibly strong in defeat. England 2 for 2 in the group stage. Join us next time on BBC Football for England's final group stage match. After a tough game, yes, we beat Denmark and we moved into the final match against Iceland. I've looked at the table and we have qualified. Even if you were to look at this, you'd be able to work out off the top of your head with all of the numbers and everything how football works. We have indeed qualified. The team at the moment to potentially still qualify along with us is still wide open, purely because Congo and Denmark Denmark have 1 point so far, but Congo and Iceland have 2 apiece. No, actually, looking at it, no, it's 2 points apiece actually to all of them. Okay, so it's still wide open on who could qualify with us, but we are up against Iceland in the final match. So let's get into it. I've only made 1 change from the team that beat Denmark, and that's just Gareth Southgate being replaced by Sol Campbell. Other than that, I've stuck with the team that, got me this far. Also, can I just note how there's 3 Gudjonssons on the pitch for Iceland and 2 Sigurdssons. Damn. Hello and welcome back to Paris, France. We are here for England's final group stage match. They have qualified for the knockout rounds and they are going up against Iceland. The teams have lined up for the national anthems. England have qualified, but it's still all to play for between Iceland, Denmark and Congo. Who's going to go through? England have got us underway, and it's Michael Owen, the young spark plug, looking to get on the score sheet once more, but it's Paul Scholes, but he gets sniffed out nice and early. Shearer with a cheeky little chip, and Paul Scholes in the second minute with a huge bullet of a shot after Shearer's assist. You could see just there that the Iceland keeper was not happy with his defence. Just Scholes took it so easily, so cleanly, and hit a wonderful, wonderful shot past the Iceland keeper to make it 1-0 to England. Iceland on the ball at the moment, and they are doing very well to pass it around, but Paul Ince has done even better to sniff it out. David Seaman retrieves the loose ball, calling for calm, retain the shape should I say, before he kicks it out. Shearer has the ball after chesting it down, and it's gone to the goal scorer, Paul Scholes, who gets tackled rather easily. The Iceland defence, or not defence, attack at the moment, making a little bit of a joke of the England defence, who struggled quite a lot against Denmark. But a loose ball by Beckham is retrieved by the Iceland keeper, and he's gone for a short throw. Beckham could have retrieved that, but he didn't. Paul Ince playing some defensive duties, who then sends it long, looking for Michael Owen, but couldn't get it. The ball was blocked by Owen, but he just couldn't hold on to it, but Beckham has now retrieved it. It's Gary Neville. He's playing a bit of a wing-back role here, even though England are playing a standard 4-4-2. Tony Adams tried to lay the ball off to Scholes, but he did well to recover that. Sol Campbell has the ball again. Campbell sending the ball forward, but Shearer just couldn't control it. But he's got hold of the ball again, and he laid it off to Michael Owen. Michael Owen got tackled though. Iceland doing very well in possession, but at the moment just can't create anything. McManaman just laying it off ahead, giving himself a bit of a breather, but he's just accidentally knocked it out for a throw-in, slowing the game down that little bit. It's going to be a long throw, but it's gone straight to Shearer. Shearer's just running past the defence, and he has a shot, and it's just wide of the post. Shearer has been extremely unlucky so far in this World Cup, only scoring 1 goal so far. But he has had some incredible shots, hit the post, hit the crossbar. They should have gone in. Shearer by now should have about 4 goals, if I'm honest with you. I mean, he was the Golden Boot winner at Euro 96 with, I do believe, 6 goals. But the ball has gone out for a throw-in, and it's Raheem Lasseau to take the throw. He's looking for someone, and he's going for a bit of throw there, straight over to Paul Scholes, the goal scorer. Scholes scores goals, as they say. Paul Ince taking out the Iceland player before the attack could continue, but he has shown a yellow card for his troubles. He knows he completely mistimed that and accepting his yellow card. England 1, Iceland 0. Iceland with a long ball, which is perfectly retained by David Seaman. He's just launched the ball out there, and it's straight down to Shearer. Shearer has laid it off to McManaman, who's tried to lay it off for his Liverpool teammate. Raheem Lasseau chasing the ball, but he cannot keep up with the Iceland player. He himself was showing off a bit of techers. Sol Campbell not listening to David Seaman, who was going to retrieve the ball. What on earth was Campbell thinking? That is what caused the own goal against Congo. Iceland at the moment pushing forward, but the England defence has done better there. It's now Paul Scholes. He's running forward. He is pushing for it. He's laid it off in front for himself. He's retrieved it. He has just gone for a little cross. Owen could have had something there, but it was sniffed out, and there goes the whistle for half-time. England 1, Iceland 0. England have been a bit better in this match against Iceland, but Sol Campbell nearly scored. Own goal number 2. That is something you do not want. England 1, Iceland 0. Only 2 shots for England with 1 on target. 0 corners and 1 foul, which was Paul Ince's yellow card with 61% possession. 2 shots to Iceland, 2 on target and 39% possession. 29% has been in the Iceland final third, whilst 23 in England and 48 in the middle of the park. You can imagine the England manager will basically be saying to them, lads, we've done the job, let's give them a show, let's try and bang in a few more goals to send the fans home happy and go into the next round with a bit of confidence. No changes to either side at half-time, and Iceland are about to get us underway for the second half of this final group match in this World Cup. The ball was laid all the way forward, but nothing was made of it. David Seaman has the ball once again, walking to the edge of his area, and he's just booted it right out. I think Iceland are a little bit desperate. Shearer. Oh my God, Shearer is just unlucky so far. Just can't finish it right now. He must have got his footing wrong for that to go as wide as it did. But Iceland have gotten us back underway. And it is Steve McManaman who's looking for his Liverpool teammate. Paul Scholes has the ball. Passed it off to Owen. Owen was looking to go round the Iceland player, but it just wasn't meant to be. Iceland just constantly hitting that ball so hard that it just goes straight through the middle and into the hands of David Seaman, giving England time to have a bit. Oh my God, into Shearer. Can he do it? Yes, he can. England 2, Iceland 0. Alan Shearer gets his second goal of the tournament. Let's have another look at that. Great little through ball. Shearer was played onside and he just smashes it into that top corner, into the top bins, giving England a 2-goal lead. England fans can breathe a sigh of relief, but England have given the ball away. Oh, what an acrobatic attempt there from Iceland, but it looked like it could have squeezed just into the bottom corner, but Seaman had that covered. It's Shearer though. Shearer has laid it off to Scholes, who scored the first goal. Scholes is looking around. He's laid it round. It's Shearer. He's all on his own, and he's just, what a sumptuous goal that was. You could eat that for breakfast, lunch and dinner. Scholes with a beautiful cross, finding Shearer wide open, who controls it and just bullets that ball into the corner. Shearer now has 3 goals in the tournament. He is going to be going into that next round ready to score more for England and hopefully send them further into the World Cup. England 3, Iceland 0. We are 17 minutes into this match. Michael Owen, the young spark plug. And it's gone straight to Paul Scholes. Scholes sees through. He shoots, and it's now 4-0 England. Definitely taking in what the England manager could have said, which is give the fans a show and send them home happy. Scholes, the Iceland defender, didn't even try to take out Scholes and stop his attack, as he was just basically eyeing up where he wanted to go, and he just launched it. Shearer, the Iceland defence have completely fallen apart, and it's Alan Shearer who had the ball, but he got very... Iceland just continuing to not even test David Seaman, besides that acrobatic overhead kick at the start of the half. Seaman has sent the ball out long, and he's laid it off to McManaman. McManaman has laid it off to tried to lay it off to Shearer, should I say. Sol Campbell gets intercepted, but he's got it back. Scholes, the goal scorer. What was he doing there? Only God knows. But England are 4-0 up, so they can make little mistakes like that. 71% possession. Paul Ince being crowded by 3 players, and it's now an England throw. Paul Ince to take this one. But who's he going to throw it to? looking for something, and there's the throw over to Beckham, who shoots and he gets his first goal of the tournament. England 5, Iceland 0, 86th minute. After extremely dodgy first half, England have gone ahead and they have just dominated Iceland. This actually could be detrimental to Iceland's chances of qualifying, because the goal difference now is just going to swing in the way of either Denmark or Congo. David Seaman retrieving the ball, telling these players to retain the shape. Let's finish the job. Michael Owen, he has a shot from distance, and it was just over the bar. You could tell now he just wanted to have a cheeky shot, see what he could do, show the world what he's capable of. And that, my friends, is the end of the World Cup group stages for England. England have absolutely waltzed to victory in this match, winning 5 goals to 0. Alan Shearer with one hell of a performance, being named the man of the match, getting 2 goals, bringing his tally for the tournament to 3. England came out of that second half a much better team. They ended up scoring 4 goals, and they ended up with 9 shots with 5 on target, which ended up being all of their goals. 0 corners were won and only 1 foul was committed, which was the yellow card to Paul Ince. 71% possession, 33% though was in England's final third, and that was because of the constant balls that were just being hit by Iceland and being retrieved by David Seaman. Iceland, on the other hand, 4 shots, 4 on target, 29% possession. 26% of the ball was in Iceland's final third, but they just couldn't hold it off. 41% in the middle of the park. England did exactly what they wanted to do, go out and give the fans something to smile about at the end of the game. Thank you for joining us here on BBC Football, and next time you see us, we'll be in the knockout stages of the World Cup. See you soon. Right, so let's have a look at the final standings of the group stages. Both France and Russia have qualified from Group A, with Cameroon and Australia going home. In Group B, my group, England and Denmark have qualified. Congo finished third. They sadly could not make it, and Iceland finished rock bottom after my absolute demolition of them. In Group C, Brazil and St. Vincent have qualified for the next round. Egypt and Belgium are the teams sadly going home. In Group D, Slovakia and Italy have qualified, with Bahrain and Thailand being the ones to go home. Bahrain getting 3 draws and scoring 1 goal. In Group E, Armenia and Austria are the teams who have qualified. The Netherlands are out, along with Morocco. That is extremely tight. In Group F, Chile and Macau have qualified for the next round. Portugal and Ireland are the teams going home. Group G, holy fucking shit. Liberia and Colombia make it through. Scotland go home, along with Azerbaijan. And finally in Group H, as expected, Argentina have gone through, and Bolivia have joined them. Bermuda and the USA sadly go home. So here we go. Here's the bracket for the second round. We have been drawn against Russia, but the other matches are France versus Denmark, England versus Russia, Macau versus Armenia, Chile versus Austria. Head to the other side. Argentina versus Colombia, Liberia versus Bolivia, St. Vincent versus Slovakia, and Brazil versus Italy. Holy shit, this is really weird. That is a really, really weird bracket to be looking at. now. I'm just going to keep it focused on our side of the bracket for the time being. But yeah, that is it for today. We have made it through to the group, well, out of the group should I say, and into the round of 16, the second round of the World Cup, where we will go toe-to-toe with Russia. And if we win, we face either France or Denmark. That is going to be some kind of challenge. But if we make it both past Russia and the winners of France and Denmark, then we could have potentially an easy route, as Macau could beat Armenia or vice versa in Chile and Austria. And the thing is, it's like, I would say next to France, on our side of the bracket, we are the better team. We are the best team on here. We are the best team on this bracket. But as my dad would always say, football, it's a funny old game. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Monday Night World Cup, and we are here in the final bracket. We're in the elimination round, baby. The round of 16, the second round. Now, if you remember from the last episode, I went through the entire bracket, so I'm not actually going to do it again. But we have just found out that France have made it to the quarterfinals. So if we beat Russia, then we face France, the hosts of World Cup 98. So let's see if we can beat Russia and meet the French in the quarterfinals of France 98. So, as you can see from the last match, I have stuck with the exact same team. So, Seaman in goal, Gary Neville at right back, Sol Campbell, Tony Adams in centre defence, Graham Lasso at left back, David Beckham, Steve McManaman, Paul Scholes and Paul Ince in my midfield, with Alan Shearer and Michael Owen up front. Hello and welcome back to BBC Football for the second match in the when I get my words correct. Welcome back to BBC Football, and the knockout rounds have begun. France have qualified for the quarterfinals. This is England versus Russia. The teams have lined up for the national anthems. They've sung their songs, and now we are getting ready to kick off. And here we go. England have got us underway in this first half. Owen laid it off to Ince. Ince has found Michael Owen, but an excellent tackle there by the Russians, but it's retrieved by Paul Scholes. And if you remember, Scholes scores goals. Excellent defence there, and it has gone out for a throw-in. Graham Lasso will take the duties for the throw. And it's launched straight over to Ince. The Russians doing very well, and it's McManaman who shoots, and it's just over the crossbar. If you remember from the in the group stages, Alan Shearer was incredibly unlucky in front of goal, shooting over, shooting wide, hitting the post and hitting the crossbar with his bullets. The Russians have got us back underway with a goal kick, and here comes Paul Scholes, and he's laid it off to Owen, but the Russian keeper was very, very aware of what he needed to do there. Smothering the ball before Michael Owen could get to it. Russia have now got a healthy dose of possession, but Graham Lasso does the defensive duties. Lays it off to Shearer. Shearer has passed it over to Owen. Owen gets tackled, but Scholes has retrieved it. He's found Shearer. Shoots, and England are 1-0 up 15 minutes into this match. Alan Shearer, the acrobatic Geordie that he is, puts England 1-0 up. I do believe that is his fourth goal of this World Cup. He is looking for that golden boot. Russia to get us back underway in this second round match. Shearer, excellent interception there, taking it away. Shearer's got the ball. What's he got? He's a little bit cornered, but he's cross it over, it's Owen. Owen did not have enough time to shoot. Tony Adams, though, retrieves it and puts England 2-0 up. England 2-0 up 20 minutes in. Could this be another severe drubbing like they gave Iceland, winning that match 5-0? The difference is England are 2-0 up before half-time, whilst they were only 1-0 up after from the Iceland game. It's Paul Scholes. He's got it. Scholes scores goals, remember. He's looking for something. He's gone for a shot, but Dimitri Karin stands strong for Russia. He launches the ball forward. David Beckham standing in place of Paul Scholes, who was all of the way out up front, standing by the box. McManaman, those recovered it. It's Beckham. Who's he looking for? He's whipped a great crossing. Michael Owen. Surely that was handball, but the referee has waved it off. Paul Ince has the ball, launches it down, looking for Shearer. Shearer was unable to get the ball there, and so was Gary Neville. McManaman gets it. Shearer? No, it's cleared by the Russian defence. Paul Ince very much out of position, but Paul Scholes has him covered. Scholes is holding up. Oh, Scholes did well to try and hold off the Russian, but the Russian was just too strong there. It's Shearer. He's driving towards goal. He shoots. Jesus, it's off the crossbar, but Nicky Forov was unable. He was not sure what to do with that and has knocked it into his own goal for an own goal. England 3-0 up. You've got to believe after 35 minutes, the job is done. The Russians completely capitulating within the first 35 minutes. England looking ruthless. Michael Owen, what's he going to go for? He shoots him straight at Dimitri Karin, standing strong once again. Nice long ball. David Seaman so far not really been tested. Scholes lays it over to Shearer, who has a great shot but a great save there. England looking very solid. They were looking very, very shaky against both Denmark and Congo, defensively speaking, but in attack they've always been sound. And at the moment it seems everywhere all of the bases are covered on the pitch. Tony Adams with a great tackle there. Tony Adams with another great tackle, and it's Gary Neville. He's laid it forward to Beckham. Beckham is holding off the Russian. He lays it off, but no one was there, and it's gone out for a goal kick. England already 5 shots on target, with 3 of them going bang right in the back of the net, beyond Dimitri Karin. Long kick by Karin, but the half-time whistle goes. England 3, Russia 0. You've got to believe the England manager has got to be more than happy with this first half performance. Just absolutely dominating the game with 9 shots, 5 on target, 58% possession, and only 2% of the game has been in England's final third. 46 in the middle of the park, with 52% in the Russian final third, who have not managed any shots or anything besides 42% possession. You've got to believe the England manager, as I said, will be extremely pleased with this opening first half performance. He's probably going to tell the lads in the dressing room, look, you may be 3-0 up. The job is done. Unless you absolutely capitulate right now, it's done, it's over. We are facing the French in the final. But whatever you do, do not lose that concentration. Keep going and let's bury them. And here we go again for the second half. Russia get us back underway. Are they going to be able to do something a bit better? You've got to believe that they need to try. Graham Lasso was unable to get anything from that, and a long attempt was just easily picked up by David Seaman. Launches the ball forward. Look at him go. It's Owen. He's trying to pick out McManaman. McManaman with a little cheeky flick. Kick up, but Russia, they're on the attack, but Tony Adams did excellent there with his defensive duties. The ball is now free, but just too far for the Russian attack. Russia looking a bit more aggressive now. Just what has the Russian head coach said to them? But it's Shearer. Shearer looking to have a shot, but Karin was right to just smother the ball. Shearer trying to be cheeky like he did at one point during the qualifiers. A nice far shot by Russia, and they are getting desperate, and they are just trying to test David Seaman somehow. Shearer, ooh, an offside was called. You would have thought that maybe that was an offside, but apparently not. So what is Shearer going to look for, who for some reason is still on free kick duties? He was probably trying to pick out Michael Owen there, but it just went nowhere. So far, England have not been able to get out of the gate here in the second half. Russia have been a bit more aggressive in attack, but it still doesn't matter, as England are 3-0 up. And the ball, ooh, Russia having a great attempt there after the England defence was just caught sleeping, watching the ball fly by, thinking that, oh, someone else will sort it out for us. To make a man of him, looking for Shearer. Shearer's, oh, you've got to believe that the Russian keeper Karin right now is more than happy with his performance so far. It's Beckham. He's sent it forward. He's looking for Shearer. Shearer's got it. First time shot. Oh, just over the bar. Substitution for Russia, as Konyshev has been substituted off the pitch, just as Russia are looking to take their goal kick. Who though is going to replace him? And it is Radimov. Radimov has come on in his place. England once again caught sleeping, just unable to deal with those Russian long balls at the moment. It's going a bit back and forth. It's Shearer. Shearer's got the ball, trying to lay it off for Owen. Owen caught sleeping, not really sure how to respond to that. England once again, Russia on the attack, and England have sent it out for a corner. What are Russia going to get from this? And it's sent in. Seaman looking to punch it away. It's a cheeky chip. England, no. Gary Neville clears it away. Came off Shearer, and for whatever reason just flew right out the fucking pitch. Short throw in that took its time. Russia looking to at least get some semblance of dignity. Shearer's chasing it. Can he get onto it? Keep that ball alive. He's done well, looking for something, but it's now a corner. Tipped over the bar by Dmitry Karin. That looked like it was going to just hit the top. Who's going to connect onto this? It's Paul Scholes in the corner. It's whipped in. Looking for Paul Ince, but he was unable to get on top of that. Sol Campbell has the ball. He's tried laying it forward. The England defence are nowhere to be seen, but smothered up by Seaman once again. Russia have been incredibly aggressive, but with time now over, you can definitely believe that England are in the quarterfinals. But England have one last short throw in. Graham Lasso looking for Paul Ince. Ince has the ball, goes for a shot. Good save. That will be the last attempt, I do believe, unless something happens quite drastically. And there is the final whistle. England are through to the quarterfinals of the World Cup. They will meet France in the quarterfinals here in Paris. David Seaman, another clean sheet. He has kept 2 on the bounce here in this World Cup campaign so far. When you look at the stats though, my, how things did change. Russia coming out the gates having 6 shots and all of them on target, and they won a corner. The game then actually started going more against England's favour, and they may have had 12 shots with 6 on target in total throughout the course of the match, but as we saw at half-time, 2% of the game was in England's final third, but now it risen to 20. You got to believe, though, that the England manager, as happy as he would have been, knowing that they were 3-0 up, that the job was done by half-time, that they didn't really wake up from the slumber. I think they were just dreaming of that match against France too much. And you've got to believe the England manager will be saying to them, do that against France, and they will show no mercy. But still, we can only theorise what's going to happen, but we will find out next time when you join us here on BBC Football for the World Cup quarter-finals, France versus England. Right, so there we go. We have beaten Russia, and we are now going up against France in the World Cup quarter-finals. But before we get into that, let's have a look at what happened in the other World Cup second round matches. So, Macau were knocked out by Armenia. Armenia will face Austria, who decked Chile 4-0. On the other side of the bracket, Colombia beat Argentina. One of the favourites is out. You've got to believe they would have been one of the favourites anyway in real life, and in fact they were. Bolivia ended up beating Liberia. Liberia's World Cup dream is dead, whilst Slovakia ended up beating St. Vincent. St. Vincent's World Cup dream is dead. Italy knocked out the real-life World Cup runners-up, Brazil, 2-0. So it's Italy, Slovakia, Bolivia, Colombia, Austria and Armenia, and France versus England. Whoo doggy! I have a feeling that if we can get past the French and either Armenia or Austria, I have a strong feeling we're going to face Italy. I just have that feeling in my balls right now. But I can only theorise at this moment in time. Until then, let's get into this World Cup quarter-final match. So from the previous match, I've only made one change, and that's Michael Owen making way for Teddy Sheringham. I decided to go with a bit more experience up front. Personally, I think Sheringham will be the one to find me into the World Cup semi-finals. But I can only, as I keep saying, theorise. But fuck me, look at that. Look at that French team. Legendary. Hello and welcome to Paris, France, here on BBC Football, as England are going toe-to-toe with the World Cup hosts, France. The teams have managed to get this far. France beating Denmark, England beating Russia. You got to believe these two teams are quite potentially both the favourites to win this now that Brazil and Argentina are out. Could the dream be over for England though, or France? Obviously we will find out here on BBC Football in this match. Nice little stop off there by the French. David Beckham absolutely missing his tackle, but Graham Lasso does not. Paul Ince, he has the ball. England looking to drive forward. Sheringham has been drafted in, lays off to Shearer, who scores in the 4th minute. England are 1-0 up against the hosts, France. Teddy Sheringham was drafted in for his experience, but look at that vision, just putting it in front of Shearer. Shearer stopping the ball and just having a quick pop shot to put it past the French goalkeeper. France to get us back underway. Shearer, excellent tackle. Scholes looking for Sheringham. The ball has been kicked forward all the way into the clutches of David Seaman. Seaman is telling his boys, look, retain the shape, let's go. He launches it forward, looking for Alan Shearer. Shearer has the ball. No one. He couldn't really see Sheringham in front of him. A little bit of a tug of war there. Paul Ince there, winning out though. Holds on strong. Paul Scholes. Another great layoff to Shearer. And oh my God, Christophe Dugarry has scored an own goal. England now 2-0 up within the first 15 minutes of this match. What an absolute defensive mishap. Such miscommunication there. England 2-0 up after that own goal by Christophe Dugarry. The French get us back underway. What a tackle by Shearer. Shearer, he could be going, he's driving forward all on it by himself. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. 3-0. 3-0. Not even 20 minutes into this match. Shearer has goal numbers 5 and 6 in this World Cup campaign. Putting it beyond the French keeper. You've got to believe that the French have to be absolutely devastated. Confidence has probably reached rock bottom unless they can somehow drag themselves out of this. Graham Lasso has the ball, but he looked for it and he just launched it out. England at the moment dominating the match, 64% possession, a short throw in once again. The French trying to get back into this, showing off a little bit of tiki-taka football. Graham Lasso, though, concedes a foul. He has not been booked. The French have tried to argue the case, but it has gone unheard. France could be somehow get themselves back into this, and the ball is sent in, but David Seaman scouts it incredibly well. Seaman sends the ball forward. Now it's the first meaningful piece of attack by the French. But they're doing better now. But Gary Neville, he does well to retrieve that. Neville went for a long one, probably trying to pick out Shearer, but it was not his opportunity. Neville has the ball, passes it forward, tried to get it to Sheringham, but the French defence has been holding strong. David Beckham once again out of position, and Beckham has now been shown a yellow card for a rash tackle there. Beckham knows he does wrong, so he's not arguing the case. Another good position for France to potentially get back in this game. England 3, France 0. Can they make it 3-1? Ooh, great attempt there by the French, but Seaman once again solid as a rock. This is why he is England #1. This is why he is Arsenal's #1. This is why he's undoubtedly a legend within English football. The French passing it around, but no one was in the area, but Tony Adams retrieves it. Paul Scholes driving forward, but he gets intercepted. Well done to the French there. Tony Adams looking for someone. Sheringham trying to get back the possession. The French holding strong. And another foul. Steve McManaman this time. England committing one too many fouls, but they've slowed the game down enough. Maybe that is what McManaman was trying to do, to just get that little step closer to half-time. The possession game slowly falling out of England's favour. French becoming more and more aggressive here as we go on. But we have now heard that half-time whistle. England are 3-0 up, and at the moment they have one foot in the door of the World Cup semi-final. The stats do speak for themselves. 3 goals to 0, 4 shots, 4 on target, whilst France have had 3 shots and 3 on target. 3 fouls committed by England and 59% possession. 19% of the game has been in the French final third and 26 in England. It's a little bit worrying for England when you look at that. But you got to believe the England manager, he's saying to the lads, look, they're starting to wake up. They were asleep for the first 20 minutes and we dominated. We've got what we wanted, but don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep like you did against Russia. Whatever you do, don't, because this French team will punish you. England making the substitution here. David Beckham, who is on a yellow card, has been taken off for David Batty. David Batty is to go into centre midfield, while Steve McManaman has gone into the right of midfield. But Sheringham, who's driving forward just over the crossbar, and that could have been the perfect start to the second half. England 61% possession to France's 39. You've got to believe England are going to try to get fourth just to rub that little extra salt into the wounds of the French. And the ball goes back out, and it's France still in possession, but Tony Adams does well in the tackle, but the French are on. The French have scored, and it's Laurent Blanc. They are back in this game, 3 goals to 1. The England defence left sleeping. Tony Adams did get that tackle. He did stop the French player, but he was unable to hold it, at which point Blanc took advantage with a sweet shot past David Seaman. France 1, England 3. And we're back underway. Sheringham, he's just driving forward, but Marcel Desailly has committed a foul. Alan Shearer is probably going to try something a little bit cheeky here. We'll see what the Geordie can get up to. He's sent it forward. That was not his best free kick. Paul Scholes has been dispossessed. You've got to think that England at the moment, they're a little bit worried. 60 minutes has passed though, but they are still winning 3-1. The French have been doing extremely well to hold England at bay. Paul Scholes was dispossessed once more. Blanc, you've got to believe that maybe he was just that tiny bit offside. Shearer has the ball and he's laid it forward. The England attack just can't get going once again. The ball just keeps on going back and forth between the French and the English at the moment. David Batty, he's got the ball, driving forward, lays it off. Is he going to try and lay it off for himself? He's just gone ahead and conceded a foul though. England, this referee is having none of England's bullshit in this match. 6 shots on target to England's 4. England, if they could have scored early, would have basically ended the match there and there. Shearer's looking for the ball, but once again dispossessed. England defence caught sleeping. The French looking to get something, but there's Tony Adams to save the day. Paul Scholes clears the ball. Shearer's chasing it against the French defenders, trying to beat him to it. And England have won a corner. Paul Scholes to take it. What is he going to get from this? Right now, England, they need to put a bit more breathing space between them and the French. The ball is whipped in. Scholes looking for Paul Ince. Cheeky little. Oh! And another own goal, and it's Lilian Thuram. Could not get his footing correct after Paul Ince with a cheeky chip over the keeper. Watch that again. Just floats over, hits the crossbar, and Thuram just got his footing completely wrong, and it just went in. England lucky, but they have done the job. 4 goals to 1 against France. Unless England completely fold in the next few minutes, England will be in the World Cup semi-finals. Ball sent forward by David Seaman. It's Sheringham. Sheringham has sent it through to Shearer. Shearer. That was well covered there by the French keeper. Sent out to McManaman. Look it. He could have found Shearer, but the French keeper well scoured once more. Sol Campbell out of position. A long attempt into the clutches of David Seaman. Seaman telling these boys, calm down. We've done the job. Shearer with the ball. Little cheeky chip back to Sol Campbell. Campbell tried to lay it back forward. Well scoured by Tony Adams, holding back the French attack. Going straight back into the hands of David Seaman. We're just playing a little game of Pong right now, aren't we, boys and girls? It's David Batty. Batty's going. Can he score? Oh, great save there from the French keeper after that power shot. And that is the full-time whistle. England are through to the World Cup semi-finals, beating the hosts, France, 4-1. Alan Shearer named man of the match with these 2 goals in the first half. England very lucky though to maintain that lead after 2 own goals from the French by Lilian Thuram, and I forget who the other one was. A pretty even game though, even though the shots doesn't really match that. France had 34% of the game in England's final third, but you've also got to remember quite a few of them were just long attempts that just went straight into David Seaman's hands. England though had 8 shots, 6 on target with 1 corner, and they committed 4 fouls. Like I said, that referee was having none of England's bullshit, but England did hold possession for 60% of the match. France on the other hand, 1 goal, 8 shot, all on target, with only 1 foul committed. England, they're through to the semi-finals. The England manager will be pleased with this. He'll want that defence though to remain strong, regardless of who they face in the next round, whether it's Armenia or Austria. England have to just stay strong and hold tight, because they could have the easiest semi-final match going in this tournament. But as always, we are only theorising. So we'll see you next time here on BBC Football for the World Cup semi-final with England. As you can see there, I am through to the World Cup semi-finals after beating France 4-1. But who am I going to face in the semi-final? Let's take a quick look. Armenia, who beat Austria 1-0. Armenia living the dream right now. If there are any Armenian people watching this, well done to you in FIFA 98 Road to World Cup. Let's have a look on the other side. Who won what? And it's Colombia, who beat Bolivia, and they will face Italy 1-0. I'm 1 step closer to getting my prediction correct. So, in this World Cup right now, it is currently England and Armenia, and Italy and Colombia, who could potentially face each other in that World Cup final. Right, so without further ado, let's face Armenia and let's see if we can lift that World Cup. So once again, I've only made 1 change to my starting lineup. I've pretty much settled on this lineup throughout the entire tournament, and Michael Owen is back in the starting lineup in place of Teddy Sheringham. Hello and welcome to Paris, France. This is BBC Football, and England versus Armenia. Armenia living the dream for every single small nation out there in the world. That is making everyone believe that no matter how small you are, you can go the distance. The teams there lined up for the national anthems. They sung their hearts out, but England have got us underway in this World Cup semi-final. It's Michael Owen who's back in the starting lineup after missing the quarter-final against France in place of Teddy Sheringham. Armenia on the attack. The surprise little nation that is Armenia. McManaman lays it forward, tried to get it to Paul Scholes, but Scholes was unable to. Michael Owen just moving away from the ball. He had his back to it, not paying attention. Sol Campbell trying to get hold of it, so is Beckham. At the moment, Armenia doing extremely well holding the ball. It's Beckham though who managed to win it. Alan Shearer, he's running with it. He lays it off to Owen. Owen first time shot, and it's such a great goal from outside of the box, or on the edge of it, whichever one it was. 7 minutes gone. The dream is going to die for Armenia. Just on the edge of the box, and Owen puts a bullet past the Armenian keeper. Could the dream be over for Armenia? With it being 1-0 at the moment, after 7 minutes, they still have plenty of time to try and get back into this match. holding extremely well in possession. You've got to admit that. Doing really well. But at the moment, can they create anything? There's the ball sent over, but David Beckham is there to retrieve it. He sends it forward to Alan Shearer. Alan Shearer's driving forward. He's trying to get to the edge of the box, but he was snuffed out. Gary Neville, the England defence. Oh, and it's squeezed past this Asadurian. What an equaliser. David Seaman is furious at his defence, and he is furious with himself. Look at this. This was such a tight squeeze. Armenia 16 minutes in, and they are back in the match. Armenia doing extremely well, holding off in, with their possession, and a free kick. Asadurian, the goal scorer, has committed a foul. This could be a good position for Shearer to potentially put this into top bins to put England 2-1 up. Shearer just lining himself up. What's he going to go with? And here we go. There's the shot. Oh, excellent save. The Armenian keeper had it well scouted there. Michael Owen, taunting the keeper, trying to get hold of the ball. What a cheeky scamp. Armenia holding off. And Gary Neville has been shown a yellow card for a harsh foul. He is not happy about that. He is claiming he got the ball. Could that be a mistake by the referee? Maybe, as I've said in a previous match, maybe a video assistant referee one day will be made. David Seaman retrieving the ball from that free kick. England really need to get themselves back on track. Michael Owen, he's been dispossessed, but Scholes trying to dispossess as well. Paul Ince trying to do some defensive duties as well. Beckham. England have been exposed on the right. Armenia driving forward. Sol Campbell, though, does well to take out the threat. Shearer, he's managed to dispossess. He's on the attack. He's driving forward. Can he get close enough? He shoots, and England are back in the lead. 37 minutes in. England 2, Armenia 1. Shearer with an absolutely phenomenal drive and then pulling it past the Armenian keeper. What a goal. Just what a goal, boys and girls. Armenia, they may be great in possession, but at the moment they are still 2-1 down. Once again, retrieving the ball from the attacker, it's Gary Neville. Passing it forward, tried to get it to Beckham, but Beckham was unable to. Sol Campbell gets the ball, passes it forward, it's Shearer, he's driving again. He has a shot. Oh, just off the post. Michael Owen sends it back in. Where was Paul Scholes? The England defence tracking back. Sol Campbell getting rid of the pressure. Michael Owen sends it to Shearer. Shearer's just driving forward. He's not afraid. He shoots. Oh my God, and off the post again. Michael Owen, he has an attempt, and it's over. England have had 3 shots on target to Armenia's 2. But the score stands at the moment at England 2, Armenia 1. And there goes the whistle for half time. Wow. This is an absolutely phenomenal World Cup semi-final. Armenia holding incredibly well in possession, but England at the same time proving to be ruthless. And look at this. Armenia have had the majority of possession, 56% to England's 44%. This is what we're on about. Holding the ball well, playing it well, passing it well. Armenia at the moment looking like strong contenders to potentially go the distance. What if they do? My goodness. It's like biblical proportions of just the apocalypse. Cats and dogs living together. Mass hysteria. But England are still 2 goals to 1 up. England are making a change for the second half. Paul Scholes is being substituted off and making his first World Cup appearance in this tournament anyway. Darren Anderton Oh my God, what was Seaman doing? Seaman should have picked the ball up and he didn't. Oganessian has equalised once again. What the fuck was Seaman thinking? It was a simple thing. All he had to do was pick it up. Armenia back in this straight away from the kickoff. 2-2. We have a game on our hands. Michael Owen now, he's driving forward. He's probably pissed off. After that, Darren Anderton looking to get the ball back for England. And he does so. It's Steve McManaman. But he gets dispossessed. David Seaman just watches it go out. Is Seaman having some kind of existential crisis or something? But Minosian has been substituted off for Armenia. Seaman, just goodness, what is going on with him today? We have a match on our hands. And it is Mikhaelian who is coming on. Seaman with a high, long goal kick, and he's found Shearer. Shearer gets dispossessed though, but McManaman does well to retrieve the ball, not once but twice. But the Armenian players have done very well holding the ball. Jesus, they're making England look like chumps here. Paul Ince completely getting rid of the ball wrong, but it's Graham Lasso who retrieved it though. England needs something right now, but what are they going to get? It's going to be Paul Ince. He's looking for something. He's going for a long throw. He's got it to Beckham, but a slight deflection ruined it for England. Darren Anderton, Paul Ince, Michael Owen looking for Shearer, just couldn't get hold of it. Gary Neville. Sol Campbell needs to be careful. The Shearer out. And that is how you do it, David Seaman. Retrieve the ball. Sol Campbell doing great defensive duties right now. It's Beckham. Beckham is trying to find Michael Owen, but he just couldn't. England on the other hand, Tony Adams sending it forward. Armenia have come out. Gary Neville has committed another foul. He's already on the yellow though, so he really does need to be careful. It is currently 2-2. Seaman retrieves the ball, catching it on the edge of his box. That was incredibly dangerous by the veteran. England needs something special as time runs out. Great defensive duties there by Armenia. Tried to lay it off for Owen. Owen has put England back in front. He has scored his second goal of the match. England 3, Armenia 2. 10 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. Good ball there, that was. And then Owen, so cool, calm and collected to put it behind the Armenian keeper. England 3, Armenia 2. We are coming to the end. But is the dream over for Armenia? Beckham laid it off to Shearer. Shearer has a shot. Oh, and it's gone out for a corner. Steve McManaman, he's going to be taking this one. What's he looking for? He's going to whip it in. There it is. Ball's whipped in. Tried to find Shearer, but it just squeezed through every single player in the box. Armenia moving forward, but Sol Campbell has been an absolute rock this afternoon. Seaman looking to retrieve it, and he does it this time, not allowing Armenia to just collect it and then score the easiest goal in World Cup history. Michael Owen, Paul Ince, pushing forward, looking for Shearer once more, but he's not unable to. Time is running out. Sol Campbell sent it forward. Shearer, oh, could have made it 4, but the Armenian held on. And there is the final whistle. England are through to the World Cup final. Armenia, you have to give it to these lads, these minnows of international football. They played so well to first of all get this far, and second of all take England to the limit. Michael Owen, man of the match, 2 goals. You would have thought that England would have just walked straight to victory, a potential 5-0, but no, 3 goals to 2 after such defensive errors. Just goodness me. Armenia playing extremely well, 9 shots by England, 6 on target, 1 corner and 2 fouls were committed. It was 50-50 in possession. Armenia incredible in holding that ball, playing the ball about, not giving England a chance to really settle either. They themselves scored 2 goals and had 5 shots with 4 on target and committed 1 foul. The England manager, he'll breathe a sigh of relief, knowing that England have made it through. If it wasn't for that young spark plug, Michael Owen, who has been great in this tournament. But England are through to the World Cup final. Join us next time for the FIFA World Cup final of 1998. Hoo-wee! What a match that was. 3-2. Fuck me, Armenia did push me to my limit there. Fuck a duck. And look at who we're facing. Italy. I said before, the fact that Italy beat Brazil, that was it. I knew we were going to be facing Italy. Oh, doggy. Sorry, I just need to kind of decompress from these intense knockout rounds. I mean, shit, we've felt strong, done alright, you know, beating the French, beating Armenia of all teams. Armenia so far, I'm not actually gonna lie, we're the fucking hardest team that I've faced so far. Like in this entire run. It's fucking Armenia, man. Jesus Christ. But we are in the World Cup final and we are facing Italy, and I will be saving that for the final episode of Monday Night World Cup, which then logically brings me to the end of this episode. Hello and welcome back to the final episode of Monday Night World Cup, and we are here at the World Cup final, England versus Italy. Now, I've already faced Italy twice in the qualifying campaigns, and I've beaten them twice, but this is the World Cup final. This is a rematch of Euro 2020 final at Wembley as well, where England lost to Italy on penalties. This is it. Can I do it? Win the World Cup as England, and also get a small bit of revenge on the Italians for beating us in Euro 2020? Well, the only way to find out is to just get stuck in. Let's go for it. As you can see from the starting lineup, I have stuck with the same team pretty much that has got me all of the way here to the final. I have stuck with David Seaman in goal, Gary Neville at right back, Sol Campbell and Tony Adams as my centre backs, Graham Lasso at the left back, David Beckham right midfield, McManaman and Scholes in centre midfield, Paul Ince on the left with Shearer and Owen my attack. Hello and welcome to a sunny, beautiful day here in Paris, France for the World Cup final, England versus Italy. World Cup 98 has been one hell of a ride. It really has. Italy and England have faced their own adversities to get this far. The national anthems have been, and now we are off for the World Cup final, England versus Italy. England will need to do so much better in possession if they want to be able to win this, as opposed to when they just played Armenia in the semi-finals. England concede an early throw-in, holding all of the possession, but that appears to be coming to an end. Michael Owen, he's laid it off to McManaman, who has a shot from distance, but it was well saved by Angelo Perizzi. A long kick forward was retrieved by Paul Ince, who tried to square it off to Michael Owen, but it was not to be this time. And it's Beckham. He's running down the wings. He's got Shearer with him. He's got past. There's a cross. Looking, but Owen was just unable to get hold of the ball, which goes out for a second Italian throw. England having 70% of the possession so far. Clearance there by the Italian defence. Gary Neville looking to get hold of the ball. The England defence, throughout the, not necessarily throughout the whole tournament, but through certain matches, has looked a bit shaky, so they're going to have to hold back. This is a bit of a back and forth. It's Shearer shoots, and England are 1-0 up in the World Cup final. Alan Shearer sending the England fans into absolute meltdown. England 1, Italy 0. Crowded he was, but he still maintained his composure to finish the ball off. Italy get us back underway. Italy are going to have to play a lot stronger if they are going to lift that World Cup and get back into this. It's Paul Scholes looking for Michael Owen. Owen was about to have a shot, but he was stopped. Scholes retrieved the ball, trying to find Paul Ince, and the ball was sent forward, but goes out for a goal kick just before the Italian forward could retrieve the ball. England have had 2 shots on target so far in this World Cup final to Italy 0. Italy need to be much more aggressive. Owen chesting it down, sending a little cheeky back heel to Paul Scholes. Scholes looking for something, but was stopped. Lasso picks it up though. It's Scholes. He was looking for something, but it just didn't really reach his target. Campbell sends the ball forward. Oh, what a tackle by McManaman there. Surely that should have been like a free kick. Tony Adams sending it back towards Gary Neville. He's being chased, but he manages to clear it, and he's looked for Shearer, but the ball was just too far ahead. England looking incredibly impressive here in this World Cup final. Holding the ball down. Excellent tackle by Graham Lasso, but he's giving it away. Lasso. Could this be it for the Italians? One-on-one, but Paul Ince clears the ball. Goes back in. So Campbell gives the ball away. Italy, great passing game. Campbell with the interception. It's Beckham. Beckham centres it to Shearer. Shearer, he releases Owen. Owen is through on goal. Oh, excellent save there by Angelo Perizzi. What a rock he was. Coming straight off his body and potentially his face. Italy holding the ball well. Italy feel like they should have had another free kick. It's a shot, and it's an excellent save by David Seaman. The first meaningful attempt by Italy, holding the ball extremely well and then going for that great shot, but Seaman was there to stop it. Owen, he gets dispossessed really easily, but he's regained it. He's forwarded it to Ince. Ince tried to find Paul Scholes, and an offside was flagged. We're about to go into half-time, and it's England 1, Italy 0. Shearer with a straight kick forward. Ooh. Don't think he was going for a cheeky lob. I think he was just booting the ball down to kill a bit of time. But the half-time whistle has gone. England 1, Italy 0. England are halfway there towards winning that World Cup, in their first World Cup since 1966, and Italy back in the final after being runners-up in 1994 to Brazil. The score is 1-0, and England have had 4 shots and 4 on target, but 48% possession. They started off very strong, holding the ball well, but Italy have been that little bit better. 21% of the game has been in England's final third, 38 in Italy's, and 41 in the middle of the park. Italy, on the other hand, have had 2 shots, 1 on target and 52% possession. You can imagine the England manager is saying to the lads, he's going to be saying to them, we're halfway there. Maintain the composure, maintain the shape. Just don't lose it. Don't let them get too far ahead. Defense need to remain together, in shape, communicate. Get the ball forward to Shearer, to Owen, so they can smash that son of a bitch home. We are getting ready for the second half here in this World Cup final. Italy get us back underway. They're sending the ball forward straight away. This could be it. Oh, Gary Neville with the excellent tackle, but he's giving it away. Excellent shot there from distance, but David Seaman once again well aware, even with his box being incredibly crowded. He sends the ball forward. He's found Shearer. Shearer has laid it off to Owen, but he was dispossessed. Italy looking to get back into this game. Beckham with the interception, but another shot from distance. David Seaman is not troubled though. This is why he's Arsenal's #1. This is why he grows into legendary status. It's Shearer, the goal scorer. Sent it over. Tried to find McManaman, but he was unable to. Owen to Campbell. Campbell sent it forward, but he finds nobody. This is a back and forth match. Italy looking the stronger of the two though. Just getting into those spaces. Doing ever so well. It's Paul Scholes though. The England attack is being dispossessed very easily. It's Paul Linz. Lays it over to Shearer. Shearer lays it over to Owen. Owen was looking for something, but it was again. The young man was dispossessed again. David Seaman sends the ball forward. It's Scholes. Campbell sends the ball forward. Great save there from Peruzzi. Very back and forth. As I said before, Italy, the better of the two, I would say. Michael Owen, again dispossessed. Scholes has a shot from distance, and it's very well saved there. Italy holding on. Italy trying ever so hard to get back into this match. Ince trying to get the ball, but was unable to. It's Gary Neville, sends the ball forward, but Italy back on the attack. Can they make it? Great block there by Tony Adams. It's Michael Owen, the young spark plug. He's running down the wing. He's being joined by several others. Is he looking for Shearer? And it's gone out for a goal kick. Michael Owen's World Cup final has come to an end though, as he is being substituted off. Italy have the goal kick. They still have around 15 minutes to get back into the match. In Owen's place though is Teddy Sheringham. Can Sheringham be the decision maker, or will Italy just be able to sneak through and get a goal? But another offside was flagged. Shearer sends the ball wildly forward and again out for another goal kick. England 1, Italy 0. 10 minutes to go. Can Italy send this into extra time? Sol Campbell being an absolute rock. Shot. Great save there by Seaman. Seaman done exceptionally well. He was a little bit shaky in both against the French and Armenia, but he's done well. It's Sheringham, he has a shot and it's just over the bar. 5 minutes to go. You've got to believe that England have done it, that they have just about made it to the end of this World Cup. They can see that trophy in their sights. Are they about to lift it? The ball is sent forward. It's McManaman. He is dispossessed though. Italy on the attack. Seaman scoops it up this time, not letting it go. We are in stoppage time. This could be it. Italy needs something big. Sol Campbell, dispossessed. Italy looking for that final opportunity. They could be about to take it, and they have found their way up front. But it has gone out for a corner. This is last chance saloon for Italy. The ball is sent in. Seaman with the punch. And that is it. England has won the World Cup. The Italians are devastated. You can see it on their faces. They are absolutely devastated to lose this World Cup. England have lifted the trophy, that famous World Cup trophy, here in Paris, France, in front of the world, the watching world. David Seaman holding the World Cup trophy aloft for all of the England fans to see. And now they are doing a lap of honour for the England fans. England, 32 years waiting for that World Cup. 32 years. And it is now officially over. England, your brand new world champions. The England players still parading the trophy around the stadium in front of the fans, the travelling fans, those who have made it across the English Channel. And now they are slowly heading down the tunnel to obviously go ahead and celebrate in the dressing room. Probably with a shit ton of alcohol and maybe some other stuff now we won't talk about here on BBC Football. Well, that is it. After playing Italy for the third time in this campaign, I have once again beaten them 1-0 to lift the World Cup. We are the champions of the world. England are the champions. Oh, I wish I could say that in real life, but I don't think that. Well, I mean, like, I would admit this, I'm actually recording this before the World Cup, so I don't actually know how well England have done in the real World Cup. But I hope that they lift it this year, I always do. Whether they do, obviously, we'll find out, seeing as by the time this video is released, the World Cup final would have been, I think, like 2, maybe 3 days ago, something like that, I don't know. But anyway, we have won the World Cup, we have lifted that coveted trophy. But before we disappear, we're just going to go ahead and look at some of the, some of the stats for England. Well, first thing we're going to note is the fact that Alan Shearer has won the Golden Boot with 8 goals in this World Cup campaign. Can't remember who holds the record in real life. Is it Thomas Muller, Germany? I think he scored something like 8 or 9 goals in 2014. Can't remember. I'm gonna have, if someone can fact check that for me, that'd be great. And obviously Michael Owen is second with 4 goals. Right, let's have a look at our stats anyway. Right, so we had 6 different goal scorers: Shearer, Owen, Scholes, Tony Adams, David Beckham, and Teddy Sheringham. Not bad. Not bad. I had a few cards. Let's just have a quick reminder of that. Right, so I had Gareth Southgate, and if I remember correctly, I subbed him off after he got yellow carded. Plus, I think he gave away a goal. I can't remember. Obviously, I'll probably get around to rewatching it. David Beckham was carded in real life in 1998. He was red carded for lashing out at Diego Simeone. Diego Simeone, as you know today, is the manager of Atletico Madrid in La Liga Spain. Paul Ince, he got a yellow card, who today is currently the Who is he? He's the manager of Reading, but as I said, I'm recording this ahead of time, so if he's made it up until Christmas at Reading, you know what? Fair play to you. I thought he was going to get them relegated at the end of last season, because you haven't exactly had a very spectacular career, have you now, Paul? And finally, Gary Neville. He got yellow carded as well. Gary Neville is still a Sky Sports pundit, along with Jamie Carragher. Yeah, so not really much to say about Gary Neville, besides his unspectacular, or should I say downright disastrous, short period of being manager of Valencia. Yeah, look it up, it was bad. So, as I said before, this is the end of the World Cup campaign, so I want to thank you for joining me on this journey, this campaign here on Monday Night World Cup. Now, normally at the end of season modes or, you know, full playthroughs, something like this, I normally go ahead and I announce my next game. As I said before, we're recording, we're releasing this a few days after the World Cup. We're literally a few days before Christmas. So what I'm going to do is, I'm still going to drop a couple of videos for Monday Night Sports, but I think I'm going to keep things a bit of a secret as to whether or not I'm going to continue Monday Night Sports, or if I decide to change into a different format. Of course, if a different format is going to come in, then I will let you know in the next coming weeks. If I decide to stick with it, then I stick with it, and you'll know. Either way, you'll know in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, so thank you for joining me on this episode of Monday Night World Cup, as I've taken England to the World Cup and lifted that beautiful golden trophy. So, as always, if you liked the video, please give us a like, share the video as well, because the more shares, the more views, and the more that I get to do this for you, because as Brian Adams says, everything I do it for you. You get the drill on that front by now. Subscribe to World-1 Entertainment, and don't forget to slap down that little bell, because that bell will notify you about any and all content that goes up on the channel. Also, if you got something to say in the comments below, you know what? Let me know how I did, you know? Also, let me know about that fact check about the record top goal scorer for a World Cup. Who, you know, let me know about that. Yeah, link to the Patreon is in the description below. And if this is your first time on the channel, as always, please have a look. Or if you fancy having a look at some of the other content that is available, maybe there'll be something there that you like that makes you go, you know what, yeah, I'll subscribe. This looks like a cool and fun channel. So, thank you for joining me on this episode of, well, the final episode anyway, of Monday Night World Cup. And I will see you next time to play another sports game. But what it is, I don't know yet. You'll find out soon. Thank you very much, and take it easy, everyone.